Hello, everybody, and welcome back with What Team Comp to Lemon Rolls, where we are playing Dungeons and Dragons and having a good time in the world of ait'seh.
I'm surprised the name hasn't changed at this point.
I mean, to be fair,
know.
no one's given me a healthy alternative, and right now,
Oh, I
as
like
much
this.
as I mean, to be fair, it makes
It's
sense too,
memorable.
because lemon rolls are basically like rolling a natural one.
Mhm.
That would be considered a lemon roll.
Oh, really?
I mean, that's what I call it. That's what I've always
What?
called it. It's a sour roll. It makes your face do the whole scrunched up ew face when you roll it. Haven't you ever made that face when you rolled a natural one?
No, I just cry.
I mean, that's,
I usually.
to be fair, we could call it onion rolls, but it's not thematic.
I smile whenever I roll in that one.
Do you
That's
know
because you're a
Legend?
masochist.
Do you know Legend of Zelda?
Yes.
We could call it, just as a compromise, like between Butters and Paris,
Mm.
Shrek rolls.
No.
Because I guarantee Butters like Shrek.
God
and
damn it.
Shrek makes
call me
Paris
that.
cry.
You know the large fish man from Breath of the Wild?
Yes, I
Yeah.
know Sidon.
You know that grin face he makes with the thumbs up that he does?
Where
Oh
he
my
has the literal
gosh.
anime sting in his teeth.
Yeah, that's the face that I do whenever I make a nat one.
Excellent. I'm gonna
Oh
die.
my god.
Full on thumbs up too.
Of course, it's you. You go a step beyond. We know
Dang
this.
right.
I salute you. Again, no sarcasm. I'm actually saluting you right now. You can't see me because my camera still isn't working, but I am
Much
in fact
obliged.
saluting you.
Mad as in the 2050s.
Paris, I'd say
And Paris, are you
Whoa.
Holy shit.
someone on the toilet?
No.
no. My,
His phone's
Butters.
rolling through time.
Of course it is.
is it stupid?
Get out of
It's
the
being
phone
smarter
booth with
now.
Doctor Who.
It's the lemon time machine.
God damn it.
He needs to
Oh
feed
my
him
god,
lemons.
wait. I just realized.
Hmm.
Shit.
Hmm.
Z could really benefit from, in
The
Hitchhiker's
lemon-
Guide
yeah.
to the Galaxy.
Yes.
There's there's the lemon juice.
The lemon juice. Yes.
That like, oh my god.
Increases-
What lemon juice?
You use a lemon to increase your intelligence.
In what
Yeah.
game?
No,
And,
it's
in-
Hitchhiker's
in-
Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, okay. Been a while since I remember that.
You're fine.
There's the president of the universe, basically. He's just like he has this hat called his thinking cap, which he cuts a lemon in half and he squeezes it on top and it turns it that turns it on, it powers it and it makes him be able to think.
Can I be heard, by the way?
Yeah,
There we
better.
go.
Yes.
Are you bringing
yes.
up Hitchhiker's Guide?
He was,
Yeah.
yes.
You. Also, Paris, I'm not a masochist. I'm an anarchist. Thing.
Oh my god.
I just wish for chaos. I don't care. Like I don't care if
Anarchy.
you point at me.
You can be both.
Anarchy!
They're not,
That's true.
So not
they're
mutually
not mutually
exclusive.
exclusive, but I identify more as an anarchist than a masochist.
That's
Z, on the
fair.
other hand, that's not. That's a bit different. That's mutual. That's not mutually exclusive whatsoever. For me, I just like anarchy. Anarchy's fun. Anarchy is
For a
great.
second, I thought you were gonna say Z. On the other hand, Z is communist.
Everybody gets some equally. Everybody gets it equally. Okay. Everybody gets this dick equally. According to
No!
We need to segue.
So, ignoring all of that, and let's get started. When we last left off with the group of the Lemon Rolls, you guys had made your way to the capital city, whereupon you were able to speak with the king and queen, have a relatively nice meal with them. Z had attempted to have a discussion with their brother, and while you guys have been moving about, doing various things such as shopping in the city, you noticed a transaction going down that made Benrora take off and attempt to chase down this person. After calming it down somewhat, Z was able to extract a little bit more information regarding this and find out that there's something going down later on, something involving someone named Theahut. Now that things are somewhat beginning to settle down and the person has been allowed to leave with, I believe you said you gave him his bag of money, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has his bag of money and he has left. We'll pick back up there. People are still kind of trying to peek down the alleyway to see what's going on because of the fact that you did in fact have a Pegasus just kind of flying in the air above the spot, kind of being a big beacon of, hey, look over here. What are you guys
It
doing?
is a lawful good creature, so we thankfully have the excuse if we're trying to do something that's important but not illegal.
Yes, but excuses are exactly what they would be.
Duh.
Well, I hate to break up all the fun time we're having. Oh, my accent. Oh boy, we gotta get back. I think we should take our leave immediately.
Sounds fun.
I believe Z, Vinroy, and Elvira. Okay. I struggled to not say Elvira because I'm like, it's not it, stop.
Oh no, I'm sticking with what's that? Tenebris, Arthos.
You're sticking with Earthos?
Yeah.
Oh, have fun, Earthos.
Oh, this is not gonna be pleasant.
Also, should be going off with
Jairus and Earthos are following Cassie. Cassie is trying to duck into the alley to avoid.
Yeah.
Guys,
Oh,
Z just wants to know his
split up
secret.
and-
how about look?
Wait,
let's
what?
split the party. Yes. You two go do whatever you need to, and then I'll just tag along to see what happens with this chaotic energy. And then he whispers in Arthur's ear, "They'll go on a date. This is perfect."
I just kind of turn back to him like serious, like, no, they're not.
Not us. Stupid.
I was talking about them. They're not.
They totally will. I know the pure power of Elvira's.
Wait, are you talking about
Wait.
Elvira?
Elvira, I thought you were talking about
Elvira.
Cassie and Gyrus.
No,
No.
I was talking about Elvira and Vinroy.
Oh,
Yeah.
in
Oh.
that case.
Is he rating off of Elvira?
Well, I think we should split up and meet back up at the castle later on, so we avoid and suspicion, you know?
Am I already gone?
Holy crap, my internet's having a heart
Leave
attack.
them before this point.
I,
Wait,
Well,
okay,
like,
so what
Cassie
happened?
started leaving, I was
Internet's
following.
went
Oh.
and stopped. What is happening?
Well, I mean, people aren't leaving Esso's side, so it looks like Essos won't be following Cassie.
Is that what's going on?
We're
Yeah.
talking over what to do next, and Elvira's idea is to split up and meet up back at the castle so we don't, like, attract too much attention to ourselves. That's what's happening right now.
Alright, well, if Cassie's already left, then Gyra's already left after her.
She
Essos
left
would be
probably before
leaving,
Elvira.
but then it's just like,
Poor Earthos.
it's best that I not bring the whole party with me.
Z sitting here trying to pair up motherfuckers left and right.
He's been a wingman since this game started. Okay, that was part of our original concept as friends.
You gotta,
I'm doing my job. Okay.
throw your arms, shade, give her some shade every now and then, so that when she peeks out, she'll look like a, radiant beam of sunshine.
Don't mind the broken halo and devil horns.
No, that's
Alright,
mine.
oh, sorry. Everybody's splitting off. Then we're going.
Z's following Earthos, much to
Okay.
his chagrin. Elvira's going with Vinrora, and Jairus is following Cassie.
All right, so three-way split.
Aurora. Sorry, Guru. I
No,
cut
no,
you
you're
off by
fine. No,
accident.
no, you're fine. Yeah, apparently we're starting with you guys. What are you saying to Venrora?
Aurora, is there anywhere you want to stop on the way back?
I had a character. Let me think. I don't think. Got all the stuff that I wanted to do done last I checked.
We can go get some ice cream. Does ice cream exist, Guru?
Does ice cream exist?
This world.
This is
Is
important.
this-
It's obviously not nearly as many flavors.
Hmm?
You chocolate, you vanilla. That's it.
Basically, yeah. Mostly just vanilla, but
Okay.
there is a place where they have. It's a. Again, it's not not like the ones that we have, except unless you're going to a different place. Valfest is not known for having a wide variety of such things, but they potentially have a colder treats shop if you want to roll an investigation check.
Nah, she's gonna. Venrora, we
Right.
could go get some pastries together. That'd be very fun.
I would be interested to see what this city has to offer in terms of food.
Marvelous. Let's go.
Did I make that a pigeon for you guys? My apologies. I'll make that.
I guess we're doing this now. I don't know if there's anything. I don't think Elvira has anything else to do in the city. I think she's waiting for the plot to progress.
It's fair.
Because-
I'm not gonna make you roll for it. You can ask.
Yeah.
Roll
everyone
for
else.
pastries.
Roll for pastries.
No,
Roll for rolls.
there's plenty of places where you can either just kind of get the smell of it permeating the air after you've been directed around to where you're looking for in terms of pastries. Easy enough.
Hey.
So you two are off enjoying and having a good time with that. Meanwhile, let's see, who should we hop to next? Cassie and Jairus. We'll go with you two next.
Okay.
Is there a potential training ground nearby?
Not specifically. I mean, there's definitely one you know for certain is on the castle grounds. If you need to, look around for something outside of the castle grounds, like you don't want it to be, public, you can look for one of those, whichever you prefer. So I was just trying to think how to phrase it.
More hidden training grounds, so prefer to find an area that I know is more secluded.
The castle grounds is one of the more secluded. If you go to a more public
there.
training ground, then that one is going to have a more variety of people there.
Then I'll head to the castle grounds. Or castle training grounds, not that.
So you head to the castle training grounds. They let you right through, and I'm presuming from the way that you're asking about it, you're looking for something a little more private. Which, when you ask, they let you know that they'll have people nearby, on standby just to watch. They don't want you, hurting anyone. There's not going to give you real weaponry unless you're asking for such that you can.
She just wants a
utilize
training
it.
dummy, not an actual person.
They'll shrug
So-
that in motion towards one of the training dummy areas that's currently vacant.
Is there just a bunch of people around? Is this an open area?
It's an open area. People can kind of see you, but they're not able to be able to be near you and interact with you unless you invite them over. Because once you're in a certain area, no one is allowed to enter that area without permission of someone from the inner ring. Essentially, that entire area is considered a hotspot or a danger zone until you give it's all clear, basically. So until that point, whoever's in the ring is essentially secluded. They can yell stuff at you and try and get your attention, but you don't have to pay them any mind or allow them in.
And they have no weapons, quote unquote.
No, they have training weapons, things of that nature, things to give you an idea of the weight and girth of different items that you may be wanting to utilize. There's an archery range further down.
Would I get in trouble if I use an actual weapon?
They do ask that you don't, due to the fact that if you're using an actual weapon on the training dummies, it requires a lot more uptake than for them to use a simple mending spell to mend things if you like break or crack something, versus gouges of damage that you do to a training dummy with weapons.
What if I just imagine you just make a training dummy like in most RPGs, it's just indestructible.
That is the most interesting use of a regeneration spell.
Have you never played an RPG that
I
does
have.
that? Okay.
League of Legends literally has a training mode that you can spawn them in to just watch them never die.
I'll pick up one of the practice long swords then.
Okay.
She's just gonna be wailing on this dummy for the next. Oh god, I don't know how long she's gonna be doing this. Hang on.
5 hours.
All right. If she's gonna be doing that for a while,
Yeah, not that
I'll
long.
probably,
yeah.
I'll probably follow her all the way, and then let her do that for a little bit before approaching or saying anything.
Probably just reading on the outside of the ring, just like, yep, this is normal.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna
there.
stay out of the danger zone.
Let her get the initial aggression out first.
So she just does it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that fucking.
Huh?
Not 5 hours?
She DM rolled a wisdom save. I didn't ask her for one, but she wanted to see how long
I
she
did
was
it for
gonna...
myself.
I know. I was just going to let you know that you were going to do it for a while, but you wanted to see how long yourself, and I'm all for it. Just don't tire yourself out.
How you'd have the mental fortitude or mental capacity to think I should stop?
Mm-hmm.
But then at 20, I'm gonna assume she does.
You're and also with the mental fortitude to not break either the training dummy or the training items. So everything's in relatively good shape. It's more just a case of moving in such a way that you're not exhausting yourself, but at the very least you're starting to work up a decent sweat.
So after like 20 minutes, you decide to stop for a moment?
Yeah.
Okay, when that happens, do you
No,
notice
but she won't
Gyrus?
swing at me.
Yeah. Do you notice Gyrus, or because he's in eye shot? He just wasn't saying anything.
Yeah.
Or... Oh, okay. Well, at that,
I'm like,
I was gonna. I mean, he's sitting right. It is an open field. It's not like he's
It's-
hiding.
yeah.
it's not that he's hard to see for her. It's that she's not there.
Yeah, I figured you weren't. You want to be. Yeah, you'd be focused for a little bit first.
Yeah, with your passive perception, you would have seen him.
Okay. Well, when she pauses and stops, then he'll look up. And
She'll
Get
see
up
him and beckon him over.
then he'll get up and brush himself off and come over. I expected you to go longer than that.
So did I. I thought I told you to not follow me.
What did you? He's feigning innocent.
Squinting intensifies.
He smiles. He's like, "Are you all right?"
No. Stupid. Out of all the things that they decide to do in a city, full of gods, they decide to back a man into an alley, chase him through town, and then tackle him down in one of the most populated areas of the city with no precedence or warning or even, a symbol that shows that they can do this. If they get put into jail, I can't very well do anything about that, and then there goes half of our party. But, why the fuck not? Why even think to try and make it less obvious as to what they're doing?
Right.
Okay. Gyrus is kind of nodding. he's like, yes, it was not a good move. I imagine being guests of the royal family, they would behave themselves better, but
thought it would be fine. I don't even care that they're guests here. I don't care about my reputation being associated with them. It's literally just that I can't get them out if they get themselves imprisoned, not without a hell of a problem and issues on my part. It's... I expected better. Especially from someone who came to talk to my father, but I guess I expect too much. I'm just disappointed and frustrated. And she will take another whack at the training dummy.
he will be watching and contemplating. He's he kind of nods, I guess, and he's like, yes, if we still need to get the details on exactly what that was all about, but I imagine this is something more suited to leave to the guard if they really need help.
That's what I don't understand. Why didn't she just talk to a god? Maybe I'm misunderstanding Vinrora's thought process, but as opposed to making yourself, potential targets, because that was highly, highly illegal activity going on there from what you described, as opposed to making yourself, irk an entire guild of criminals, maybe go to the god and say, hey, there's this man who looks like such and such, and he's doing highly suspicious activity. But no, sure, fine, let's put a bullseye marker on the entire team.
I'm sure it must be something more personal.
It has to be, because I didn't think that she would do something without thinking like that.
Well, I imagine she didn't expect the entirety of the party to be following her either. If it was just her herself, I'm sure it would have gone a lot quieter.
Most likely, it probably would have ended a lot more peacefully as well. Fuck! There's not enough alcohol in this castle to calm me down. But neither is wailing on this dummy, so might as well... What the hell could we possibly do while we wait for them to get back? Because Nora and I need to have a serious talk. And so do Z and I, now that I think about it, because he just started talking to the man out of ear range and wouldn't tell us anything other than this man could potentially die if we don't give him back his money.
Does make you wonder what they talked about in there. Well,
I for trust so that I don't reveal his things, and yet I can't even get information out of him. Ironic.
There's not much more we can do until they come back.
I could drink myself into a stupor, but that's not exactly helpful.
I'm not sure day drinking would be the right idea.
Fine. Oh, come on. Maybe we can get some information over something. I don't know. I just need to get away from this dummy before I break its head open.
You could help me search the library.
Depends on... What exactly are you looking for?
Well...
Because, well, if it's politics on monstrosities, I'm going to eat it. Just so you can't have it.
He smiles and he laughs like that was definitely what he was thinking.
Oh. Fine, come on.
I guess they go to the library then.
Yeah, she goes to the library with him. My voice is cracking and it's not pleasant. Ah!
Where is my notes?
They're hidden somewhere in your computer.
I'm sure I have notes about what other stuff he was looking for. I'm just not gonna worry about it for now. I can roll for that stuff a little later when I find it.
What was the sort of stuff that you were looking for?
Sorry?
What was the sort of stuff you were looking for?
It says you were looking for Yezendress. You got a book called Yezendress Rise and Fall, and it talked about the old capital that I say
Yeah.
raised with a tree.
Yeah.
So I think
know.
you were looking more on stuff about that, maybe?
Maybe? I mean, is there any other books on that?
You'd have to go and look them up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well,
You
that's...
found one already.
Yeah. I guess with Cassie's help, I'm going to be looking for more books on that, exactly.
While he looks for that, I would be looking for books on Celestials as well. I'm curious.
Sounds good.
I've learned nothing about my heritage. No one has told me anything.
Okay.
I'm sure you and me probably would have figured more stuff about that.
Maybe, I don't fucking know.
By now,
She only got something recently, so now she's more curious.
Well, should I roll to look if there's more books for that subject, or on the old capital, I mean? Dawn?
Roll a history check.
Okay.
I was
History
thinking.
check? Oh, okay.
Just because I wasn't answering immediately doesn't mean I wasn't thinking.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I freak out because my
Because
internet might be
Discord,
cutting
I have
out.
internet, yeah.
Yeah.
You want me to roll as well?
With 10, you're thinking about it, and you have the book, which is definitely going to be a step forward, but as you try and think more about the history of this, what this book implies, nothing comes to mind, which is quite possibly more fascinating. Just because of the fact that it's... If something like an event like this happened, I mean, it must be far enough back that most people don't remember it fully, or at the very least talk about it. But it feels like one of those things that really should be.
Yeah, it would be more common knowledge. That'd be a big deal.
Which means either where you were taught just never discussed it, or you need to start looking for books.
Would I know anything about this from any of my tutelage?
Roll a history check.
Yellow.
You're about in the same boat. You remember it mentioned once, but it was more of a, we used to have the capital up to the north across the Colossi Walk, but after a catastrophic event, we were moved down south to Volfest, where we then set up roots and decided to ensure that our foundry and our foundation was more secure than it had been in the past, to make sure that our people knew that we were a stable and stalwart foundationed country. Which, now that you've heard, Gyrus mention, the tidbit that he discovered, kind of makes more sense about the wording.
As she's looking for books, because I'm going to have to roll an investigation, which is gonna suck because my int is 0. But she'll kind of. I'm assuming that the way that she's currently is like on like a step stool, so she's above Jarvis slightly. She'll kind of tap his shoulder. Jarvis,
Yes.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Recently, okay, I need you to work with me because it's going to be weirdly phrased, but it's the best way that I can phrase it. Have you been feeling strange lately, ever since we came out of that dungeon?
Strange as in how?
Been noticing more things that are pointing to my heritage in a way. Or I think it might be my heritage. I honestly don't know what the hell it is, but I've been practicing with it to try and hone it more since I found out that I could do it, and it's still slightly terrifying that I can.
Are you having something like visions, or?
It was that easy. Dawn, can I show something thematically without actually using the ability?
No.
Instead.
I know exactly what you're asking. No.
Yeah.
What did you say, Z? I swear to God, I thought.
Yes.
Okay, so you did say eat ass. I know I'm not fucking crazy. Oh. She'll move him to a very, very secluded fucking section of the library because. Bear with me. Just a little bit because this is. I didn't know I could do this until about a week ago.
Okay.
And hold on. Because I need to find the exact name for this. Because fuck me. Geiger, load. Or don't look. And say fuck you to my face. It's like it's essentially doing that to me right now, just like please. There it is. I feel I'm wasting an ability, but I mean I would assume that we won't get into a massive ass fight where it's needed, hopefully. By the end of the day.
Where did you write it?
You've got a lot of other abilities that you can fall back on.
I'm
I
back.
haven't yet. Welcome back.
Hey.
What's been happening?
Do you need the name of it, Paris?
No, I got it. I'm copying pasting it, so Taru can read it actually.
Yes.
Working on it.
I thought you
I forgot
had
to
this
add
on your
this to
page
my-
already. No.
I thought I
know.
did too. There we go.
I don't know
She's
where
doing
it
Yeah.
is.
What
I'm
happened?
trying.
What's
There
been
we
happening?
go.
I've completely missed most things.
Oh,
She looks like you can't read it.
go ahead.
She looks like she's concentrating for a second before you just see they're not huge per se, but they
Mhm.
are at least half the size of her body. Just two golden wings come from her back, and holy shit, it's bright.
Wait,
While
hold
you're
on.
within 10 feet of her, yes. It is bright.
Let's step back a second.
Hmm?
I don't know what context this is, where
You're
we
not here.
are, when it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So that
Okay,
means you don't have to
alright.
worry about the context.
Gyrus and Cassie
Okay.
are just in the library
catch
by
up.
themselves.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
sorry.
are here.
Okay.
Didn't know I could do this. And
Uh,
I don't know what it is.
Dawn, do I know anything about this? I mean,
You're
I
an
feel like this is...
ASMR.
I know.
Roll a religion check.
I don't know. I feel like I probably would have looked into this stuff like while studying and stuff, but I don't know.
Are you
Since
proficient with
I
religion?
am also one.
It does not appear that she is.
Proficient in what?
Religion.
Oh, I'm not, but there's a religion check.
Yeah. The thing is, Tar, it's like usually it's like, oh, you studied in religion. That if you like studied heavily into religion, that means that's usually what's indicated by proficiency. Sorry,
Yeah.
weird tangent.
No, you're fine. You've skimmed through a few different things, a few different books. Thankfully, this one appears to have been one that you at least brushed against at one point. That you're able to kind of just
Oh, whoops.
pull up
That's-
as
that's
something that
ironically.
kind of tickles the back of your mind. The exact naming of what can do this and such you don't remember specifically. What you do remember is that the thing that it indicated was one whose soul had some pre-mingling before birth with a higher power. What that power being, you don't remember off the top of your head. You've got a 22, which was high enough to get that amount of information, but this is not exactly common knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you got a decent amount, but you know that it has some form of higher power has to be involved with you before you're even born, but the context which of the higher powers that comes from things of that nature. I mean, you could take a wild guess, of course, but ultimately, you'd have to study more to actually be able to know exactly more information about it.
Oh. Well, I will share that much information then.
You're nearly as in the dark as I am. Well,
yes,
metaphorically.
That is all I've been able to find. How did you know you could do this?
I just heard a voice tell me that I could, essentially. As crazy as that sounds.
So you heard a voice?
It felt similar to the same... I don't want to say entity, but that's the best word I can come up with. To the same thing that led me to Lux when I first found him. It didn't tell me exactly. Yeah, go ahead, because I've brought this up that she doesn't know shit about her heritage. I still don't know exactly who they are, or if I'm just, absolutely nuts and deserve to be locked up, but they, in a cryptic way, told me that I could do this, and, well, they weren't lying. After a minute, it fades.
I wonder if it's a higher power, I suppose.
She blinks. Why is there a high power talking to me?
Well, if it has to do with bloodline, maybe. Do we have any books here in the library on it?
Maybe. That's what I was searching for.
And he nods and he's like, "Yes, let's try to find those books then, if it is here."
Right, so I'm a princess and there's a god in my head. Lovely, no pressure. She'll start searching.
You can either roll separate investigation checks, or one of you can give the other advantage.
I'll give Jarvis advantage.
Okay, roll an
For
investigation check with advantage.
Investigation.
Okay.
Your modifier can in no way be worse than mine.
Oh, well.
That works!
Scouring through the tomes in this
not.
library, you are able to pick apart a lot of the different books there.
Butter's just saying so, but his computer's being rude.
The library is not one that is incredibly large on religious texts.
Despite... Yeah, fuck it.
Despite what?
The king being not just a paladin, but a fucking cleric.
Doesn't mean that the libraries that they keep before him were of religious texts.
There might be more to find in churches or something.
With the natural 20, though, I will give you one thing, because obviously you're looking for other stuff as well. Looking through all of these things, you eventually do come across one book that looks mildly out of place after you look it over, kind of pausing. It like takes you a minute of looking through a few other books to kind of be like, wait, hold on, did that actually? And then go back to it, look to find it again, and find the book again. It's a red-backed book with black lettering and kind of a gold wrap around the letters. And the book title that you're able to actually read on it, which many of these books you have to actually pull out to actually see the title of them. A few of them do have them written on the spine. This one has it embroidered and done in such a way that it's very visible for you to see. Is called The Eye of Dragons.
Interesting.
The reason why it stands out to you is because it's in the middle of the few books that they have on religion.
I'll open it. I'm curious as to what's in here.
Okay. If you want, you can check it out. It's a fairly thick book. It'll take more than just a sit down and flip through to get information out of it.
I mean, yeah. Do you want to study it, or do you want to find the rest of the group first? How bright are his eyes right now?
he's looking at that book.
Hello. Come out of the book for a second. Just for a second.
He looks away and he's like, "Do we know if they've arrived back yet?"
Probably ask God to find out. I'll give you probably 10 minutes with how much you would need to scout to do a quick skim of the book, but
How about I stay here and look through the book, and you can see if our guests have arrived. I know you don't like studying.
I've helped you look for this book for a reason. You're not the only one who wants to find this out. Give me that book. Get it.
You frown. You want to look.
We'll read it while we walk around and find. How about that?
Alright. He sighs. He likes he likes his books.
But book.
My book.
Again, I say, kicked puppy. Stop pouting.
I'm sorry. He tries to look not totally distracted as you guys I guess as we
Leave to try and go
Leave.
find
I just imagine he tries his best to not look distracted, and then, like, within 2 minutes, Cassie has to twist him slightly so he doesn't run smack into the wall.
pretty much.
I can see that.
It's fine. She's used to it.
Yeah.
So you two are doing that, getting ready to go find everyone else. Meanwhile, Z and Erthos.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you're heading directly towards the border between the lower district and the slums.
Probably not.
Probably not. Where are you heading then?
I don't fucking know. We're like hanging out for like 5 hours because it's like midday, and they said be there by like sundown. So we just could be like big chilling for a while.
All right.
I don't know if you should be right back, so I don't know if you currently
Like Z would legit just be following Arthos around.
Just like
God,
big
he's
chilling.
gonna kill him.
So we'll wait for him to get back.
NPR has vanished.
He hath done the vanishing again.
My face itches. There's a dog currently staring at me. And she's close enough that I hear her breathing yet again.
I was like, Butters, what are you doing? And then I realized what you're doing.
Guys, we need to make like Mike Tyson. We need to solve some mystery.
God, I forgot that was a fucking cartoon.
Mike Tyson's Mysteries from the South Mysteries, guys.
Is that still going? Please tell me that's been canceled.
I hope it's still going. That show is amazing.
I honestly don't even remember that being a thing. I never really paid attention to it, but that's probably just me.
It was on Adult Swim, so if you didn't watch that, then
You've never seen Mike Tyson's Mysteries?
Nope.
He was it the Mystery Machine?
it's still going.
Good. It's
for
such a good show. It's like him, an Asian woman, a talking pigeon, and a ghost
It's
solving
his
woman.
daughter. The Asian chick is his daughter.
Yeah, I've never seen like any of the episodes that have any kind of plot in it, and that's how I like knowing no plot about a show like that. Just fill me in with some mysteries.
Alright, so we're sorry about that, Butters, but since he's currently not here, we'll hop over to Elvira and to Venrora in the meantime.
How's their date going?
Check back in on their date, apparently.
I guess we're going on a date, Madrino.
I guess so.
You're getting
Alright,
pastries at the very least.
Elvira's gonna try to get a pastry or something.
Pastry date.
Pastry. No.
So that was a thing that happened.
Indeed.
Well, I hope everyone else is being safe and having a lot of fun. Did Z go with Erthos? I'm
If
sorry.
you're trying to do it in that accent, you don't need to roll the R.
Erthos.
Alright.
Please let her
Well-
just randomly switch to Latino. I
I'm
die.
sorry. I'm tired.
You're fine.
Good.
Well, I mean, I hope that Taves we get along great.
Odds are, at least one of them will return with some kind of injury, not necessarily inflicted by a third party.
I unfortunately think you're right. So do I have to roll to find the pastry shop, and how much gold is a pastry?
I'm back.
They're 5
A
gold.
pastry is
Oh.
a silver piece.
Okay, I'll take pastry.
Mad looking
take-
OC.
5 pastries.
Mm.
Oh.
Jesus
back.
Christ! Welcome back.
I heard you, MBR. No worries.
E.
I
I'm
got
adding lemon pastry to my inventory.
Now that's something I'd spend 3 gold.
I think there's something called like a lemon tart that's a pastry
Yeah, that's legit.
Hmm.
or lemon cake.
Tartar citron.
Are there any magic item shops around where you can get enchanted things? Did we go over that already? Or?
We do not have the money to get enchanted
I
items.
was just curious.
If you're going to look
Scary. I mean, I
around
know.
for something like that, roll an investigation check. You are in the
Oh,
capital,
boy.
so
Investigation's gonna be really good, guys.
Mm.
I'm ready.
It's a 11
Plus what?
minus 1. It was 12.
Minus?
It was 12 minus 1.
Oh, she gave the brain cell to Z.
Yeah.
you're
That'd be really.
you're looking around, just kind of, just snacking, having a good time. Every now and then you remember, oh yeah, we need to be asking questions, and Venora just kind of watching you, just like, yes, you said you were wanting to look for this. You're like, yeah, that. You're able to ask around, and people give you directions that eventually gets you towards part of the higher district, which takes probably a good near 2 hours.
Arthos would he would split, right?
You already split.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
When we started this, we
No, he
split
means
into
from
3
Z.
groups. Oh, you're splitting from Z. Well, we're not on you and Z yet.
Wait.
When we started this, Erthos and Z split off. Venrora
Really?
and Elvira split off, and Gyrus and Cassie split off.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll get to you. I came back to you guys, but you weren't here, so I'm back with them for a second. So you're not
I
here
mean,
yet.
I didn't know.
No worries. Yeah, no
You're
worries.
fine.
Without a visual to help represent it, it's kind of just in your mind having to keep track of everything. And after you left, that didn't exactly help with keeping everything situated. So no worries. Don't worry. We'll get into you next. As long as I can make sure Butters doesn't leave on us. So yeah, just
Okay,
no worries. We're
so
getting
we
to you next.
found
But
what's-
you do find an enchantment area. Let me actually here. Alfest. There it is. It's a somewhat extravagant looking place in that it looks to be well built. It has several pillars out front, thinner, not the thick Colosseum-like ones, but they are still made of marble. And the entire place is, it looks Greek in its construction, would be a good way of putting it, which for everything else around it, it stands out a little bit. It's a very white building amid very different colors of like stone, which are more like sandstone and such like that. Of marble is again very pristine, and it is called the White Order. And it shows like there's a picture out front that shows someone writing something down in a darker clothing, but with a white shawl wrapped around their shoulders. Seems to be like a caricature, bigger head with just to emphasize this is an important person.
Okay, Elvira's gonna stick her head in the door and shout, "I have 59 gold. Can I afford anything in here, or should I leave?"
Jeez.
You shout that in the door, and you see an older gentleman, kind of a thicker beard around their chin, well trimmed, and it looks like they attempted to do something with it, but it's curly as all hell, and it looks like they just kind of had to give up halfway through. They couldn't just get it to behave. They've got spectacles on. They kind of look at you, and they've got, again, they got that white shawl kind of like thrown over their shoulders, and they kind of look at you like, "I have potions if you are looking for things of that nature, but many things in my establishment are rather expensive. Is there something I can help you with, miss?"
Oh, I'll come back when I'm richer. Thank you very much. Just gonna close the door.
Richer?
Have a good click.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, there's really no point in me getting a healing potion because I can already kind of do that. Well, it's good to know that we can come back here and get some good things when we have more money. Oh, maybe Cassie can buy us. Because Cassie's like the princess.
Bitch, do I look like a piggy bank?
You're not there.
She's
Maybe.
on Earthos because they're both rich and royalty. I think they should be hooking
present,
us up.
I'm not sure that Cassie is in the mood to be singing
Oh, yeah.
anything.
Right. We should go back to the castle, or is there anything you'd like to do?
She holds up the single remaining pastry.
Not really.
You only never mind, what am I saying? I watched you like stuff her face for a good 20 minutes.
Alright, so you like, man, this is good pastry.
These were good pastries.
Yes. So you guys are heading back to the castle. Meanwhile, we can now hop over to Z and Earthos. Earthos, what are you splitting off and currently doing? Z is currently kind of just meandering around with you, just wasting time.
Well, Arthur would kind of go to him and say, "Well, yeah, it's probably worth you go with Elvira and stuff because I have to go to work
Ooh, I
at the woodcarvers."
love to do some work.
What?
Whatever work you got to do, now it's my work too. Let us be off.
no.
That's not how jobs work.
I don't need to get paid. I'm just bored. Come on, throw me a bone.
All right.
I'm
fine.
I'm trying to give Elvira time to get closer with Venrora. I'm just don't need to pay me. If I do get paid, that'd still be nice. But I don't need to get paid. But I'm just bored.
All right. I'm gonna insight that.
Okay.
Arthur will just respond. All right.
Press exit out.
17.
Get fucked. God damn.
He looks honest. Like there's just a, like, the way that he holds his body. He is bored. This is a big city, and he's found nothing fun to do.
Whenever Dante saw in that fucking voice, you immediately know that whoever is lying is lying.
You sure about that?
Go check the stream, Paris. Go see what I GM rolled in Paris.
I can't do that because the stream doesn't rewind while it's progress, remember?
It's
I
still
can.
on
It's-
the roll 20.
It's real high.
It's real high. Would it be deception, Madrino?
That would be up to the DM.
No, what I rolled.
The
Would that be-
DM has looked upon it, and again, you feel an earnestness that it's a feeling that you've traveled with Z, and you know that when he's idle, he gets bored, and generally when he gets bored, he does get into trouble. So there's some things that you are aware of, and you see that he's trying to behave. You've asked him to do
When
so.
have I done these things? When
You-
does this happen?
Onward! We're not saying that you got into trouble.
Oh
We're
my
saying that you just
God.
moved ahead of the
Not
party.
just sit around.
Well,
if you did
Arthos
get
is
in trouble
still
at work-
squinting.
Okay. Yeah, you can
Um,
still be suspicious. Your inside check doesn't change that.
You can still be suspicious.
Yeah.
I just like kind of look at him being like all innocent and stuff. It's like he's not innocent.
He's not being innocent. He just looks somewhat like tired. Like he's just like, please give me something to do.
He's a
He'll
bored
take him
child.
to the he'll take him to the woodworking shop then.
All right. So you head into the woodworking shop and open the door, and as soon as you enter, a few people are like, "Hey!" hey," and they see the other person. Like, "Hey, you brought a friend."
Yeah, this is my. He turns to him, friend.
Ah, one of those sort of friends.
I don't know about that.
What when he turns back around, he makes a circle in his left hand and puts his finger through the other, like puts his finger through it.
Oh my god.
Once Arthos turns around.
And he'll start making I don't know, he'll start woodworking in like his job and whatever.
Um,
He does want to make a flute along the way,
Okay.
actually.
if you ask, if you're like, "Hey, can I work on that?" They'll be like, "Hey, there's a station open right there. Your friend they want to mess around with some of the wood."
Yeah, I'm doubtful he has any of the skill, but
I know you
if he wants-
didn't have any skill when you walked in here either. Hey, what's your name? Z, come here.
Okay.
Is a big ass burly man.
Yes, it's a big
It is a
burly boy.
short ass burly dwarf.
No,
Come here.
it's not gonna happen. If
Hey,
I'm taller than him, it's not gonna work.
You are
Yes,
taller
I
than
will.
him. Yes,
Yeah.
like he's maybe 4 feet.
Yeah, Z has a type, but yes, go on.
You're fine. But yeah, he kind of just has like this hobbling kind of like. He's kind of got a beer gut. He's definitely one of the those sort of dwarves who, they're not as much fighters as they are brewers and such like that. But he's got a bit of a swagger to his walk all the same. He kind of slaps one of the tables like, come here. What he kind of like, hold your arms up. Just do it. Just trust me.
Sure, man. Z's down.
You look flexible, not strong. Ever used a bow before?
No.
Ever wanted to know how to make one just in case?
No.
Well, you're in my line of work, so shut up and come here.
Okay.
And he is going to help you use the woodworking tools to basically burn some time making a bow.
Can I make a dick instead?
Listen, if you can complete the bow,
Dick
I'll let you
bow.
make the second one have dicks on it. Just hide it discreetly so that people don't know about it until after the fact. Trust me, I've got 17 dick bows out there that no one knows shit about yet.
Oh, great.
Okay, you're
Arthos like perks up a bit and goes, "You could make a wooden arrowhead that's just a dildo, and then just fire at people."
Yo,
whilst, like,
long range. Yeah, that's a great idea, Arthos.
Long range fuck yous? Oh man, that is a fuck you in particular arrow. Now we're talking. See? Now we're talking. Now, come here.
I have not seen this side of you, Arthos. I am very excited.
I know, it's like Eartha's gonna snap Z's neck. Oh no, they've bonded! Roll an intelligence check with advantage because he is helping you. And
This is one of those things where it's like, oh man, they're never gonna get along. They start getting along. Oh, the hells have unleashed!
Earthos, roll an intelligence check. 10. It's
Wait, intelligence.
intelligence, woodworking tools,
Okay.
or wisdom if
Alright.
you're just like doing it like passively, just like not really paying attention, using what you've already used. With it does get a +2 for you because this is a setup workbench area that you've used before. So 13.
Jesus.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, it's not your best work, but it is enough that you're able to get a working flute. So it's a wooden flute, so it's not going to be as structurally strong as a metal flute, but it will service you if you'd need. So you can add a flute to your repertoire. Z with your 10, it is a bow, and you definitely it takes you a while to make it, but you eventually you're like, yeah, this is hard work, but but when you're actually done with it, you can see that the reason why he was taking so long and helping you with it is as you're as he's like showing it off to you, and you're like, man, that feels like it was. You realize that part of the carving, of getting things to work as you want it to, has a little design that's very subtle, but it makes it look like a dick. It's subtle. You have to look at it from the right angle, but as soon as you realize that, you're like, he just taught me how to make my bows have a subtle dick design to it.
Guru, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever seen the movie Fight Club?
Not fully, but I've seen part of it.
There was like a quote from Tyler Durden, and it was just he worked at the movie theater. He's like, every once in a while, for one single frame, I'd hide a dick in a movie. Just like you have to be paying very close attention to see it, but every once in a while, a dick would just flash on screen.
That sounds about right.
I'm also gonna use the spearhead I got in the dungeon and make a spear out of it, or I'll make the pole.
The dickhead.
You can find someone else actually has made a couple of halves that making it attached for spearheads, because spears are generally either close quarters or projectiles. So you can find one that was built for a spear to be able to just attach it to. They're not they're not difficult to make. That's basically like a DC 5. That's like introductory level.
You're literally making a stick.
Yeah, you're just making sure that it's straight and that it has the right balance.
Okay, nice.
Yep.
Something more to sell. Yeah.
All right. By the time you guys are actually getting done with these projects, a couple hours has passed. Which, Z, you're kind of like looking around, just like, wait, what time of day? How in the hell did it? Okay. You realize that as trying as some of this can be, it's rather fun in its own way, and a good time passer. But as you guys begin to complete that, you can work on another project as well if you need, or you can head out to prepare yourself for the event you guys were waiting on.
Event.
Yes, the
Oh yeah,
going to the
Z's.
bar.
Remember, he said he's dragging you along to a job to do something.
Mhm.
To do good, as he described,
When
good
was
boy activities.
this? Oh yeah,
Yes,
right.
in the
Okay.
last
The
session.
good boy. Why did the good boy? Wait, me saying good boy activities made you remember? What is this?
Because you don't do good boy activities ever.
Yeah.
You guys keep judging Z
So-
off of things you don't.
I will forever judge Z till the end of my fucking days. I don't care if I like him or not.
So Arthas would he'd go up to Z and say like, well, I've got to do some other stuff, such as selling the spear and also repairing this hammock.
What time is it?
Say you've got maybe an hour, 2 hours before your good boy activities.
Like an hour. Let's get it.
Alright.
Let's do this.
Yeah, the hammock, you probably will need to have someone from like the Weaver district actually work on, or if you were wanting to try and learn it yourself. Probably not
no,
your
I
first
guess-
project to work on or anything, but
No, I'd get someone else to do it.
yeah. So you can either go like drop that off to get fixed because it'll probably take some time to do so, or you
Yeah.
can go try and find someone to spell the spear to.
Wait. Oh, one or the other.
They're not in the same area.
I'll get the hammock sorted out, and I'll sell the spear another time.
Okay. You are fairly aware of the crafting district area, so you're able to go towards that. No issues. You're able to find them when you show them the hammock. It's a decent, good-sized hammock. Getting the... One second. Getting things taken care of. I'll say you can go ahead and roll that investigation, Paris.
Mm.
When they finally look it over, when you say that you want to have it fixed, like, oh, we can have this done in about a week, I'd say. You wanting to keep the same sort of colors, or?
Yeah, same sort of colours.
Yes, this is very faded, but I'm sure that with some time we could pull out the natural hue that was within it. I'd say, it will be a good week, so I'd say it'd be about 2 gold pieces. We'll get it fixed right
Okay.
up.
Well, he hands over 2 gold pieces.
They take that and they shuffle it off to someone in the back, just like, make sure that that's good and ready now. Come, go. And they take it off. Is there anything else we can help you out with?
Not that I can think of. You got anything, Z?
Do you have any lemons?
We are a weaver's district.
Lemon.
We have the color lemon, as
Then
in
I'm not interested.
My
I
apologies. If you're
hope
looking
you
for
have a
lemons,
good day.
there is the produce district that should have lemons for you.
What time is it?
It's getting a lot closer to good boy time.
Run immediately to the produce district, then run immediately there. Hurry! And Z just takes
Okay.
off full speed.
All right, you go full speed. You're running out the door, and I need a dexterity save
Oh my god.
from
I mean-
Gyrus.
Huh?
Okay.
From Gyrus. Okay, good. Okay, I thought I had.
Oh no. Dexterity save, you
Yes.
said? Oh.
Thankfully,
Not
you're
bad.
having Cassie, guide you along as you're,
Thank goodness.
you're reading this book. Just like, I really want to read more of this. And you kind of feel like a tug on your shoulder, and you kind of dig in your foot almost instinctively, and just push yourself back as you all of a sudden just see a form just right in front of you. And Cassie and Gyrus kind of look over, and you just see Z just like lemons. Just looking around, just like ready to look back at for Earthos, who's walking out far more casually.
Oh,
That's
once
the
he
fire.
Oh, hey,
stops
Gyrus.
running. Once he makes out the door, he stops running. He's going, we're just going through the thing. I'm not actually that interested in lemons. And he just starts like he just wanted to fuck with like the shopkeep.
I figured as much, but while you were still in line of sight, or you were keeping up the appearance of lemons.
Wait, so Gyrus appeared in the shop.
He outside. He was walking past it. Well, getting
Okay.
I
ready
thought
to.
we were in the
before.
castle.
You were,
We were
and
looking,
then
we
after,
went looking for the rest of the group. And since I was
right.
find them in the castle, we would have headed out to see if we
Yes.
could find them in the town.
Oh, okay. I thought we
Um,
were just roaming the castle.
No, after
Oh,
that
I'm
point, you were
guessing.
coming out of the castle.
Okay.
Okay, right.
well.
I would, yeah.
However,
just
you
go,
can't
"Oh,
be
hey,
or B. I was about to say that you guys were found too.
Damn.
Hey, Gyrus and Cassie.
What?
Hey, Cassie, how are you doing?
I
Hmm.
got my hammock to get repaired.
Banana hammock.
I also made a flute. He puts
Is
out.
he drunk?
Brings out.
I'm always drunk, but not at the same time. Ain't that wild?
She looks at Z and then looks at Earthos for an answer because she's clearly not getting a straight one from him.
Well, I made a flute. He made
nice.
a bow, which, I mean,
Speaking of, did you want to keep
Did-
that bow?
No.
Okay, then they'll sell that later.
oh, okay, yeah, he made a bow, which looked subtly like a dick.
What?
Um,
I don't see why that's necessary to say.
Where's
I don't
the
see how that's proof of information.
don't worry about it.
You sure?
Coming out of the book at the word dick, like, wait, what?
You sure you want to know, Gyres? That's what I thought.
To be totally fair, he would probably just study it and notice the differences between your anatomy and others.
My anatomy is totally normal.
Were
Wait,
we
what
not
did you
talking
say?
about a bow?
Apparently, he made a bow vaguely shaped like a dick.
Oh.
Specifically
Come out
the
of the
handle
book.
grip.
Yeah, so I made a flute.
You never told me that you played.
Yeah, I do.
Huh. You'll have to show me sometime.
I mean, I'm a bit rusty because I haven't had a flute in a while. To be quite honest, I'll probably be shit the first time, but
You like playing the flute, huh?
we'll wait and see.
I can feel the innuendo coming from your brain.
What?
He's an accomplished flautist.
Z just said, so you like to play the flute, huh?
Huh? Nothing. Alright, so I have something to do, so I'll be heading off now. Earthos, you're coming with me.
What
He
could you
grabs
possibly have to do?
Grabs his wrist. I have business.
Wait, hold.
What is?
Earthos sends him a look like
He just grabs your
Oh.
wrist and lets go as like just saying, "Hey, come."
he sends her a look that's just like, I'll tell you later.
Aren't we gathering?
I thought we were supposed to be meeting up, but okay.
on. I've got things to do. I've said this.
Yeah, just now.
No.
No, he said it before, to be fair.
You said it last week.
Is
If I remember
this,
correctly, I think she left before he did, though.
Ah,
Oh,
is this private business?
Oh God, Earthos, why did you just come out and say this to me?
What? No. Who do you think I am?
Well, if it's not private business, then we can follow.
no. I said it's private to you two. That's what I specifically said. And even Earthos won't be knowing the business. He'll just be my lookout.
Look out.
He's not
That's-
perceptive, remember?
That's
I'm a very-
highly suspicious.
Sounds illegal. He's smiling.
Very.
Very important.
But he's dragging me along with him, so I'll see you later. Bye.
If you get put in jail, I'm not bailing you out.
He's gone by this point, I'd imagine.
He's gone.
She just shouted at him.
They seem to be
Thanks.
getting along better than I remember.
I'm horrified.
Hmm.
I don't want this.
Arthos is just thinking in his head,
Look at-
oh, she thinks I'm getting along.
But is she cutting it out? Wait, Earthos thought what?
Arthos is just thinking in his head, like, oh, she thinks we're getting along or something.
I said as he's walking away.
oh no, you cut out again.
God, fine, so fast.
No, there you are.
God.
When he's upset, it works.
I said when he's walking away, he gives one last suck it motion to him as he just like turns around.
What?
Just a good, like,
Wait,
Gyrus.
to like both of them. Just yeah, and he just walks away.
Okay, define suck it motion, because there are various
Like-
thoughts. That...
Takes both hands and just like you like brings it down and brings it back up. Like have you ever seen a practical?
No, I haven't.
1 second, I'll get a video clip.
Like jerking off motion?
No. One s-
Like
Just
Is it like-
describe it.
blowjob
is
motion?
it
I
like,
feel like you don't want to describe it, Don.
Actually, you're right. I don't. Why am I asking
It's just
that? We're moving past
it's
it.
weird to describe.
You don't need to. You're right. We don't need this.
I'm-
Moving forward.
When he says,
That's
blowjob
specifically the
motion,
kind of stuff you
it'll
don't
turn
want
I
to
know.
describe.
I know. And I'm just like, wait, because it's the reason why I said this. Just because you're like, no, I'll get a video from. Like, we don't need that. No, stop
I
that.
think
Q,
it's
Q,
like an insult suck it kind of thing. Just like, yeah, not actual.
Oh.
Q old
Yeah.
old Batman time skip.
Oh no.
You eventually make your way to the bar and are able to get a seat after.
I tell him, like, around the corner, come in about, like, 25-ish seconds after me, sit at a different table far away from me near the exit.
Alright.
Yeah.
What the
He'll
fuck?
It
do
takes
that.
like 15 minutes for you to actually get a table to quote unquote to yourself. They you know, I imagine you state that, you know, you're gonna have a friend come in, but
No, I think the idea is that they don't know that there's a friend of Z's is there.
no. I'm saying that Z's saying
Yeah.
that for the person coming. So you're just getting a table to yourself. Just, you know, keeping an eye on things. Z is like, no, I'm going to be meeting up with a friend, so I just need a table for two.
Oh, okay.
Classified good boy business.
Classified good boy business, obviously. So you go and you get a table, and you get a separate table. The food here, it smells good. It's one of those. It's like when you go to like a place that has a really rich smell to it. Like it's got sizzling meat in the background, like openly, like you can see the kitchen area where you can see them working with the various foods, throwing different vegetables together, fruits. You see one of the meats is getting actual like doused with like lemon juice to, you know, give it a spruce of taste. Some of it's getting doused with lime juice and such. It's different ways to flavor it for different people. You see one person like looking at a piece of raw meat and kind of looking at it just like turning it over, looking over, and you see in a corner a race that's definitely not from around these parts, of this hulking lizard folk just staring at the person, just slowly licking his lips like,
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy.
and then
Salivate over meat is my kind of guy.
there's in the place there's a variety of different people ranging from several humans who are clearly probably the more predominant race that you notice amongst here. There's an elf who's just kind of in a corner, just like taking sips on his drink. Looks to be woodish in nature, just kind of got that lithe, long-legged look to him, like they can, you know, run a mile because they're fast as hell. You see a couple of halflings playing cards, and a gnome who looks exasperated at his cards as he kind of throws them down, just like, I give. As they're like, yeah, we're winning. And then they like put their hands on the pile, and it's just like, wait a minute, and start, you know, arguing with each other about, you know, no, my hand wins. No, my hand wins. No, I have the higher number. No, and then no one's just like stuck.
Fight!
Short people fighting, fight. It's not so rowdy as to cause an actual fight, but looking around, you're like, all right, yeah, it doesn't feel shady. It's got a lot of open light. Clearly, places of dim light are, you know, obscured enough that they're not meant to be accessed easily. And eventually, you see a familiar face. Just kind of walk in, ask, and look around and see you, and be like, yeah, points over to you, like, yeah, we'll go over there. And the person just kind of looks to you and kind of makes like a like pointing to him motion, like, this your friend?
Huh? Oh, the bar, like one of the like waiters. Or...
One of the person who like tells you when the tables are ready. One of the waiters. Like,
Yeah, just give
The
two
maitre
thumbs
d'.
up.
They nod, and they motion you over, and they're like, yeah, thank you. They kind of you see them slap a silver into their hand. They're like, yeah, thanks, like a good tip. The person kind of looks at the silver, just like, puts it in their pocket, and they move over and they slide over. In which, yes,
Can I hear what
you're
what will be going on?
not too far away. You're maybe a table over.
Oh no, I would have made sure we're as far distance apart as possible.
Okay, so you're at most then you're about 4 tables apart. You're not going to be able to easily overhear him, especially with all the noise. You can see him though.
I mean, what's the chance he'll notice that I'm?
He's been
that
keeping
I'm
eye
actually
contact with
closer?
you for the whole time.
You're also
And not
distinctive
take
as the
off.
only other TV
Really?
in the room.
Yeah, no, Z doesn't want you. That his main priority is not you not getting close to him at the moment.
Then why bring him?
Oh, I need to make sure I don't get stabbed or something. I still don't want him getting close though.
Okay, I mean, but the fact that you're staring at me is
Yeah,
a big
not when
giveaway.
you're Z. Most people would just think he wants to.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, those can still be suspicious because he spent enough time with Z.
I'm going to be eyeing this guy over. You know.
I'll extend my hand to him for a handshake when he sits down.
He looks at it for a second and he does take it.
How you doing, bud?
Yeah, better now. Definitely a load off my shoulders. Kind of like leans back and like rubs where the pouch had been. It's like, I swear I was getting burnt alive holding that.
Yeah, cool. So what you like? Try to cut to the chase. I don't know if I have much time.
Yeah, kind of looks around like, you followed.
I don't believe so.
All right. Actually, I'm gonna...
He says, staring at someone.
Technically, he wasn't followed. I followed someone else. Thank you. Other way around. I'm not lying.
He makes like a furtive, like quick glance around, but seems to be more focused on getting this over and done with. He leans forward, like, okay, listen, look, just nothing big, just there's some expansion stuff going on. You know how it is.
Build the wall and everything, right?
Build a wall, yeah, but the slums area is getting a little bit overpopulated, if you will. Too many people. It's getting to be a bit of an issue. And honestly, if we move people out of the slums into the better areas, we'd be able to take that area down and rebuild it, make it better.
Oh, okay.
Thing is, in order to do that, because of the fact there's like people who are worried about pests, rats and stuff. We're basically being paid for arson. Just burn empty buildings, get people so they're realizing, hey, this shit's flammable, and make it so that people like wanting to leave there. When they want to leave there, they'll move into the higher districts and such. They're not going to take any of the rats with them because the rats will be burning in the buildings. They'll clear out the slums. Slums will be able to be knocked on down. People build them back up. We get basically free rent and room until they're built back up. Plus, we get like what, 10,000 gold. I had a bag of 100 platinum burning in my pocket.
Nice. That's 100. That's 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
Unless all of you get that. There's 10 of you.
Nah, that was just the down payment.
Oh.
I mean, that's to make sure that we're more than interested, because it's going to be more than a few buildings that have to be
what
arsoned.
Was the dream again? It was like the dream I had. There was something with fire, if I remember correctly.
Which dream?
The one that I crit failed a whiz save for.
Right. You saw someone being spontaneously just erupting into flames in the middle of the road.
Oh. Okay. Alright, and anything, I'm not like, did you hear anything about, like, because I asked about, like, if anything, like, anybody's fucking looking for me or shit. Did anything come up with that?
Yeah, I asked around about you. Right now, in the city, not yet. I'd keep your head low, though. There's supposed to be a couple of inquisitors coming through eventually. You know the sort. Paladins. Spits off to the side. I swear, they're always on a blood hunt for warlocks and shit. I swear, if they can do magic, leave them the shit alone, as long as they're not, getting into people's minds and shit like that,
Yeah. But yeah, anything else you need to tell me?
You asked about me checking on your shit. I mentioned the Inquisitors already, so that's fine. You asked about, you up for some arson, or is that not your thing? And I know that you weren't into that kind of shit when you were back here with it. I mean, at least that's what the rumors said, but I mean, if you're up for arson, then you're up for arson.
Well,
You're cutting in and out. I don't know if it's me or you.
No, it's him.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't hear you. Say that again. Oh, is out and in?
Ew. My dice tray is dirty.
Is this better?
Better.
I don't. Okay. He goes, no, I'm pretty good. Honestly, I'm pretty good. Yeah. So, how's your day going?
I mean,
Other than being
considering
kidnapped.
yeah, being kidnapped wasn't really great, but I mean, I'm getting like 10 platinum. That's that's not a bad start for a day. And then all I have to do is one little fire, walk away from, and I'll pay more gold. Of course, we're going to be doing the what he asked. They said make sure no people are in the buildings before you set them on fire. We're here to commit arson on the buildings, not the people. If we kill any people, we lose pay. Really weird stipulation, but I'm not questioning that. One weird thing about it was that he had this this banneret with him when he came to talk to us the second time.
Banneret? What is a
You remember
banneret?
them?
No.
Bannerets are they're like big time guard folk. They're people that you definitely want fighting by your side or watching your back. They're I don't know what company he's from or what. They're mostly mercenaries, from what I can tell, unless they're in the King's Guard. So I mean, if he's getting a banneret from outside of the city, he's got some big balls.
Question.
Hmm?
These paladins, these inquisitors, they wouldn't be coming from the Roses, would they?
I mean, they're coming from the east. I think that's where the Roses is from.
Yeah, Alright, I'll be leaving now. He puts down 2 gold. Have a nice day.
You too. Then he's like grabs the gold. Just
when he's walking, Erthos, you see panic on his face. Like pure and utter panic. He goes, he just
Right.
rushes out of here quick.
Well, Erthos would leave, like, a little bit later.
okay. Give him the standard. I'm not following you. Standard amount of time. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose that'll be it.
Okay. So Zed, are you like out and running away? Or are you like waiting for him
He is
to get
in
out?
the alleyway hyperventilating.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay. So it takes you a moment to see him, but eventually you do see him just kind of like looking like he's gripping his chest. It's hard to breathe. He does not look like he's in the best state of mind.
I'm leaving the city within the next 2 days or so. I'm not staying. Not staying. Refuse. Yeah, the city's nice and all, but I'm not staying, man.
I assume you're not going to tell me why.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Some people are coming. Some people that last time I met. Well, it might not be them, but it sounds like the description of the last time we met wasn't the best experience.
Okay.
I'm not looking forward for drama to start again,
That's fair enough. For now, let's go back to the castle.
Yeah. What? Does it? You ever guys ever saw that picture of like the guy just like lips extended, just like?
Oh, the black dude is like.
Yeah. I would say his name, but I don't think his name is Conceited. But I don't think you guys knew that.
I didn't know that.
He makes that exact face. And he goes, like, what kind of guest do you guys usually like? Have you at the kingdom?
Are you going to bring anyone in?
No. I'm wondering if you're gonna bring someone in.
What do you mean?
Like, what kind of guests do you usually have at the kingdom other than just friends?
I mean, I don't know. Usually it's mostly like dad or mom. So like mom's friends are like hoity-toity, kind of just like.
I probably have another question for your father. Okay, yes. Back
dad
to.
is like obviously very prestigious, manly men that want to have manly talks.
I can see that Urthos didn't hold much of the family in high regard.
He's mostly just like he's kind of just chuckling at it, just like
The castle sounds very fun. Let's go there. He just smiles.
Okay, I assume the person that you're referring to, you're worried that he would be staying in the castle.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, if any of us knew who he was, then we could just ban him or something.
Oh, you're not getting that information that easy. Apology.
I mean,
Yeah, I know.
to be fair, Dad also did say that he would keep you safe under his roof. That was something he told you.
You're not there.
I'm telling him this out of character.
There is
You
a
act like
meta
my
pigeon for
character
a
actually
reason.
trust authority, Paris.
There
Both
is a
of you
meta
just
pigeon
trust
for a
authority.
reason.
But yes, let's go back to this castle home. I need sleep.
Sleep.
All right.
I was just sitting here like, what?
Yeah, I guess he'll head back to the castle with him.
I'm not leaving the city.
What was
without
that
you.
noise?
You see a
I
bird
don't-
fly down and just land on Z's horns and kind of stare at Urthos.
I stabbed the
The bird.
bird.
Holy
I stabbed
shit!
the bird.
You stab the
I had
bird.
the same idea.
Yep, and a druid comes out of it now, doesn't it, Guru?
As you make an attack roll.
Uh-huh.
Watch it be like one of my birds and he just murdered it.
I'm fine with that.
Isn't... Yeah, would I recognize this as
Yeah.
perhaps being...
You swing the
Okay.
saber, and it jumps to your other horn as you go. As the bird hops back over and just says, "Hey, bro, I need to talk to you back at the castle. Apologies and shit like that. Talk to you later."
Oh,
And then the bird kind of
that guy.
like blinks for a
Can I
second.
grab it.
Make a strength check.
Same modifier. 5.
It rolled a 3. You
Yes.
have it in your hands, and it is flailing, just flapping, just all of a sudden looking around, just like.
I put it in a bag. just a random bag.
God, just bag it.
Okay.
Actually, no. What I'll do is I just have it in my hands.
Z...
Can I kill this bird?
I mean... That's... If in case you're wondering, that's not a druid. That's a messenger.
Yeah, no. Can I kill this bird?
I mean, I don't own it, and you're in an alleyway in which no one's watching. Personally, I would say it's wrong. Just
He
let
just
it go.
yeets the bird. Just.
Oh my
He just
god.
hauls the bird, and the bird, after getting thrown, just lands, kind of looks back at you, just like hops
He
away
doesn't
from
throw
you.
it into the ground.
I know. I said you threw it.
Yeah, he throws it into the air like
Yeah,
football.
throw up. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But it still takes a moment to reorient itself, and it does land on the ground a few, about
Yeets it to
15
the
feet
floor.
away.
Yeah.
It got some wind under its wings to keep itself from hitting it with dangerous force, but it kind of hops away from you, like looking at. Flies off.
That's for telling me to go away the other.
Oh my god. As we're walking, I'll just kind of like say to him, "I'm suspicious of you now." That's all he says.
So you guys make your way back to the castle.
Yeah.
Alright, so you
Yeah.
guys arrive back at the castle about the time that dinner time is beginning to wrap to a close. Everyone else has been able to get plenty of
I
food.
missed dinner.
No.
Did you not go back to the castle after
We
they
did, right?
left? I would imagine you guys did.
I mean, I stopped at the bakery and went back.
Yeah, in which case you would have been able to be there for dinner.
Oh, good.
Which means Vinrora, Elvira, you also were able to make it back for dinner. And
Mhm.
Elvira was able to, watch Vinrora have a hearty meal as she did before. Just hearty meal.
Do I need to aim my gun again?
There's a lot of calories involved in keeping a
Me,
body
Paris.
this large.
I'll do it, Oz. I won't hesitate.
So we eat?
Yeah.
I would assume. I mean, is dinner like immediately here when we get back?
The remains of it, which is enough that it's, still enough that you can grab more than a few things and start eating, or take it to your room if you wanted. It's a little cold, but you came in a little bit late.
Okay.
Okay, question. Is that one girl there that I saw that was roaming the cast?
One second. Lila?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lilo. Is she there?
You do see her there. She's eating some food very politely. Very.
Try to sit next to her and just honestly talk to her.
Arthos would just kind of say, like, he would go up to the, well, I don't know, one of the servants, just like, could you like just make like a sandwich or something, and
A
send
what?
it to my room? A sandwich. Do you have 2 slices of bread with?
Those weren't invented for a long, long time, my friend.
Sliced bread didn't
Oh,
exist
okay.
until like 1920.
Okay.
They have stuffed
me-
rolls where they can
We don't have
wrap it
sandwiches.
in a dough
let me-
and then cook it.
Let me rephrase it. Could you just get some like bread, and then get some leftover meat with, I don't know, some veg, and just put it in my room?
We can stuff it into a loaf. Stuffed
Are-
loaves are a thing. We can make for you. if
No,
you
it's fine. Just slice the bread. It's fine. He walks to the.
What does he mean by slice? I don't know.
Slice it,
telling us to slice
like, okay,
So-
take the loaf and then cut it into slices, like thin slices. Yeah. Not like overly thin, like about yay thick, right?
Sliced bread is the best
literally
thing
eat-
since Betty White.
They are looking more and more panicked.
Arthos just invented sandwiches. It's now canon, guys.
I'm sorry.
We'll certainly
Arthos is
try.
like in his head. He's just like, are they all thick?
You don't know
Yes.
what sliced bread is,
Yeah.
so yes, the
Yeah,
concept is.
but that's,
NPR is like
trying to
Rebooting.
create. he basically.
I go up to like, I
You're not
literally
reinventing
go,
the wheel, but
I
at the same
literally
time.
I literally go into the kitchen and I go to this chef or whatever, like fucking pastry chef or something, baker, and I just go, okay, so that you take this loaf, right? And
Why
he
are you
cuts
telling me
it.
what to do in my
and-
kitchen? Look, I don't tell you how to rule the kingdom. Why are you in my kitchen telling me how to?
Your servant is confused about.
Well, then
what
why are you
I'm-
telling it to me?
Oh my god.
Because he can't tell you. Because
He
doesn't
can't
know.
tell me. He can just.
Okay,
What? All right. What are you asking for?
so the leftover meat and the veg, right, just on a
Yeah.
plate, and to slice the bread.
What?
Stop trying, Arthos.
So okay, I literally grab the bread with the knife and I slice it into like basically sliced bread,
Arthos is going to invent this.
and I go like this.
Why
Yeah.
are you wasting good bread? You know
It's
this is gonna
not
go bad after a
good-
while if you expose it to air. They didn't
Yeah,
have any way
but-
of refrigerating it, so I mean that's
Well,
one thing. But I mean, they didn't really have ways of bagging it either.
Refrigerate bread?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
it makes it stay good for a lot longer.
If you're out here, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
As someone who
Um,
requires refrigeration of my bread to make sure that it doesn't mold on me because I don't have a lot of money and I need to be able to remain frugal, Yes.
How long does bread last in y'all's household?
a longer time than it should.
Eat more
Um,
sandwiches
Eat a
or
lot
make
of
more garlic bread. Okay.
I don't have. I'm poor, Butter. Stop reminding me I can't have garlic bread. I'm
So
hungry
back
now.
to the adventures of Arthos inventing sliced bread.
Roll a charisma check.
Okay. My rolls, fucking hell.
You're trying to explain this, and like you just eventually get him to go like, "But get out of my, just get out of the kitchen. I'll throw you up something." And when you eventually get it back, it's basically they took the slices and just kind of slapped the meat on top of it, and slapped the vegetables on top of it, and like there's carrots and peas in there too. It looks like it's a chaotic mess on your plate, but it's something.
Oh, Jesus Christ. This whole day has been a disaster. I just kind of... I'm just gonna eat it anyway, why not? But, like...
It's so good. It's so good.
This will be later because it's in his room.
Obviously.
He goes up to his brother's place.
Mm-hmm. When you
Oh my
go
God,
and knock on the door.
How difficult is it? I'm just sorry. I'm just like still astounded. Like
It took them a long time before they ever even created sandwiches.
That's why the joke, like, sliced bread is the best thing since Betty White occurs.
I know.
Because it was after Betty White.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, actually, like, sandwiches were invented by the Earl of Sandwich, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're called sandwiches.
Yeah, but that's still, a ways back, and you are, technically speaking, medieval, which means you're a ways back further.
This is, like, 1660, right?
Yes. You're currently
the
in
bread
war.
and clothes convenient food known as the sandwich is attributed to John Montague, 4th Earl of Sandwich.
1718 to 1792.
Yeah.
So the sandwich wasn't even invented until the 1700s.
Yeah, but neither were guns. But that's
But
still
it's
in
like,
D&D.
they still knew how to slice bread.
Oh yeah, they knew how to slice bread, but he's watching you do it, just like, look, now you're just overcomplicating it by throwing meat in there. We're supposed to butter your bread and eat it. You don't throw other stuff on
They
there.
were very simple folk.
I mean, if I really needed to, I would have literally got one slice, put stuff on it, and then put another slice of bread there.
I mean, to be
There
fair,
is
you have
apparently a
2 slices
fucking
of bread that you can do that with.
There is apparently
Fair enough.
a holiday in Missouri called Sliced Bread Day, and I'm crying.
Okay, so let's just. That's fine.
I'm sorry, you're just like, I want to bring this thing from, and I'm like, as much as I'd like to, give it to you easily, they're going to basically, be saying that, it was created by Tenebris.
You mean Earthos?
Earthos. I know what I said. Earthos,
I'm
Earthos.
infecting him.
I want to invent it.
Stop that. Earthos of the Azalus Kingdom. He created this thing. It is called an Earthos.
God, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it already.
What are you talking about? A sandwich?
Repeat that, please.
I'd like to have one Earthos, please.
Just
I
imagine.
argue NPR would like Earthos as a person would call it the crumbly surprise.
I mean, I wouldn't call it an Earthos. Something else like a crumbly surprise or whatever,
Oh,
or like
gosh.
what's it? I was gonna say something, but it slipped my mind.
Okay, I walk into the kitchen. No, okay.
Oh my god.
No. They already gave you
It's like
lemons.
the same thing.
So you head over towards the tower where your brother tends to sleep, and you knock on the door, and it takes a couple moments before you hear a clunk, and your brother kind of looks at people, clunk, opens the door, just like, I swear Dad needs to change that lock. Sup?
You want to be here?
Yeah, I was told that I've been kind of shit, but that's family. We deal with that. I want to just say I'm sorry that if I embarrassed you in front of your friends and whatnot. I've been out a lot, and it's honestly I'm getting more and more tired of some of the people that I've been meeting out there. Kind of just waves his hand idly.
Meeting, like royal stuff.
Yeah, I've been spending time with more of the conclaves and such like that, various circles, trying to bolster the connection we have with nature and such like that. Dad, he's trying to expand the city, and I'm able to see his side of the thing where, if we get too big, we'll start attracting a lot more things for diseases, and if we get diseases, it'll pass on to nature. But if we expand in too far, we're going to start affecting nature itself, and I'm just, I've been stressed. I've been trying to deal between two different lives. One where I'm, trying to help people like myself, and another where I'm trying to help Dad and the people of the city. I'm exhausted, and I really don't have a way with mincing words. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily have to be good at mincing words, but I at least try. You know?
I know you try. It's just a bit frustrating because, like, I'm not a kid anymore.
Yeah, I know you're not. You're almost like he makes like a motion, like you're almost as tall as me. I mean, if we don't count the horns, which your horns are just kind of like waves at him. That was still the funniest thing when they started growing in. We thought you bumped your head for a while. I thought I killed you at one point. I'm like, oh no, I broke the baby. Oh man, did I ever tell you about that? Oh man, I probably didn't. You had fallen off. You fell off the. No, you fell off the bed. And
okay.
And I walked into the room and surprised you, and you just stared at me and just kind of just went like full on just goat and just dropped onto the floor. And it was just I thought that I'd startled you to the point that you weren't bleeding or anything, but I suddenly felt this little nub on your head. I'm like, oh no, I've killed him. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty weird being born like this in a family of humans.
Yeah, no kidding. But hey, kind of makes he punches your shoulder. He makes as though he's going to do it a few times. Like, yeah, I'm gonna and he does it. You're bro. Wouldn't have anyone else but you,
Yeah. Sometimes I feel a bit distant.
Yeah. Your family. If anyone gives you any shit on their lawn.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Welcome back. You missed something great.
He's dishing out some hearty advice.
What is happening?
He's having a talk
If
with your older brother.
He just literally said, if anyone gives you some shit on their lawn, like...
That's good advice.
Isaac or Eartho said this?
Isaac.
No, Isaac.
Oh,
Isaac, as he's talking, just like, if anyone gives you shit, because you're family, we love you. If anyone gives you shit on their lawn.
No!
Good advice.
Athos goes, well, I mean, that's... I would say communication is important, but...
I mean, to be fair, you are communicating. You're communicating that if they're going to be throwing shit at you, they deserve shit. I mean, it's better than ruining their lives and destroying them.
It's less people giving me shit. More just like I just feel too different from everyone else.
I can turn into little creatures and other creatures and stuff like that. Magic makes the whole world a weird fucking place, bro. You are not going to be the weirdest thing out there. I once met a person out there who, when they used a spell, they sneezed and they turned into a fucking plant. Do you know how weird that was to just be in the middle trying to help someone, watch as they're trying to create water,
Isaac,
and then they turn into fucking plant? I'm sorry. It was a weird day. I'm sorry. It was really fucking weird.
Okay.
You can understand that, you again, kind of puts a hand on your shoulder. You're not the weirdest person out there, and we love you, even if you are.
I'm not even gonna bother.
Sorry, I'm not trying to run you over. I'm trying to be supportive, I'm trying.
Yeah, but okay. Well, next time, like, when someone tells you something, and don't just react by saying like, "But you're not that." You're not that weird. You're not that different. It's like
no, you're definitely weird and different. I mean, but the thing is, I am too.
But it's. You start off with recognizing, just go like, I understand that, and then I don't know, maybe just go something like that. I don't know.
I mean, I've tried that before, but then they say, well, if you understand that, then you really shouldn't be saying anything. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, you get what I'm saying?
It's weird.
Yeah, people are
weird. It just feels to me like you just kind of belittling me when you just say, "Well, you're not the weirdest person out there."
I'm
It's
not
like, well,
trying
I'm
to.
not.
I'm
I'm not saying I'm the weirdest person.
I'm not. Again, I'm not
just
trying to
I'm just
belittle you.
saying.
I'm just.
Oops.
I'm just saying I feel different. I don't really feel like I'm part of this family,
You are.
to be honest.
You are. You're just as weird as the rest of us. And
Yeah, it's like like I have my own fucking job. Like I don't need, I have, you know how much money I've used from the royal family? Barely anything at all.
wait, you got money?
No.
I didn't either. Huh.
What is Dad doing? What the fuck?
To be fair, we don't exactly have an allowance, so I mean that's on us. Huh. And then again, he also does have to, take care of the people, take care of himself, take care of the servants, He's got a lot of stuff he's got to take care of. I mean, he does
Yeah.
take care of us, but I mean, we are kind of old enough to, stand on our own 2 feet. I don't think he'd mind if, we don't, bug him about money. If we can just make our own way, I think we'll be fine.
Yeah, I suppose.
Besides, extra money means that, we're giving back to the town, and we can then use that money to spend on other stuff that'll give back to the town. It just recirculates,
I suppose.
Keeps the lifeblood
I
of the
mean-
city moving.
I have more friends that are outside the castle that are just like common folk.
That's good.
Like, I don't have any friends that are nobles, other than Gyrus, but he's more just a friend of a friend.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Anyway,
Smells weird, but
I smell weird.
you
That
know
might
what
just
he
be-
smells like.
you
Gyrus
don't?
gets the random urge to sniff her. To sniff
I
her.
don't.
Like,
I don't sniff her. Him.
Oh, I mean,
Sorry,
I
sorry.
sniff every. It's just
Okay.
a habit I've picked up from being able to turn into animals and whatnot.
Fair enough.
So it's just it's a bad habit, but I just do it anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to say I'm sorry and whatnot, and make sure that you're doing all right.
You're working on it. You're definitely better than last time.
Trust me when I say I did pay attention to a lot of stuff I've been taught. It's just I also spent the last couple years working with people who don't follow that kind of protocol. Like there's one group where they literally just sit around cross-legged and lean against each other when they eat, and it's just like I was so confused. And someone leaned into me like trying to eat here.
That is weird.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was really cool. They
It's
were
like-
great people.
Yeah. It's like I'm going like to these servants, right? And the chef, right? And I'm like, I literally just ask them, get the leftover meat, leftover vegetables, and then slice the bread, right? Just leave the slices of the bread on the plate, and I'll deal with it. And they can't do that, right? Like,
Did you ask him to do another task before that had him already confused?
no. I just asked them to slice the bread, and they just genuinely, it looked like their brains just stopped working.
I mean, to be fair, you don't talk to them very often. So
I
generally,
mean, that's
whenever you
true.
start
I tend
asking
to
for
get
stuff,
my own food, really.
yeah, once you start asking for stuff, they start to be like, oh, right, you're somewhat of, yeah, they're not, casual like they are with me. Like, I could just, be like, hey, can I just get an apple? And they'll just leave it out for me somewhere. Like, I'll just find an apple randomly. Just,
Wow.
but then again,
What
I
are
also,
these-
to be fair
Who
though,
was that hire?
to be fair, they're also aware that I'm pretty weird and that I'll just kind of like if they bring it over and they leave it on the windowsill, I'll get it eventually. Just
Fair enough.
it's not that who is he hiring as much as I'm weird.
That's a good idea, though. I should probably just do it myself.
I mean, if you can do it yourself, might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my own garden growing up there.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Nice.
makes things very organic.
I can see that.
Good food. Good. Yeah, go. You sleep well, bro. He turns
You
as he
too.
does. You see him pause walk over, pick up an apple. Ooh, an apple.
Oh my god! That's
So I go-
old!
I go over to the kitchen when it's like when there are no chefs, and I just kind of, I basically do just like make
What?
a
Are you
sandwich
making
at
another
night.
one?
What time is it
Well,
when you
because
do
it's
this?
probably in my room.
Like midnight.
The food that was brought to your room was put out as you had requested, with like meat slices and bread.
Right, and then the
Slices.
veg, and then the bread. Okay, right,
Yeah.
okay.
So you could have just made that in your room.
So what I do is get this right. I I assume paper bags are a thing.
No.
No.
No paper bags.
Yeah,
You're
not
in
really.
like the 1600s, dude.
Look,
You're
I
before the
don't.
1600s.
I don't agree with them about the sandwich thing, but with the paper bag thing, I agree with.
Okay.
I plain don't agree with that. There's not sandwiches in the world, but Guru's
But
choice.
okay, so I'm gonna make a sandwich, right, out of the leftover meat and the veg and stuff, right?
Mm.
And is there any form of refrigeration? Is it just like
No.
No. Unless you have
a bag
certain
of clothing?
arcane means to create such things, and the kingdom has not, or rather has never, had or put in effort to do such, as they have yet had to use the money on other such things.
Unless
So
you have
what
a
I
really
do-
smart gnome.
Is after I've eaten, I'll take like the plate back down. I basically write a note that says, "In the morning, see me, and I will show you something revolutionary."
Oh no.
Does he go to-
And I literally,
Why
I say it
does
like
he
that.
in the kitchen?
Not just I'm not doing this because meta pigeon shit. I'm doing this because I genuinely think it will blow their minds. Like it, the idea of slicing bread was new to them.
No, slicing the bread is more that, it's being ripped as, part of it, not sliced. So that's just, they're like,
Because like the loaves are not made as like the square loaves that we know. It's literally just a
Yeah.
I know it's
like
like
a
a
round,
round
bumpy
thing. Yeah,
loaf.
I know that.
So it's a very weird sandwich, but it's a
Wait.
sandwich.
So what? I still have to question. When the fuck do you come back down to the kitchen?
I don't know. I suppose it'd be like really late.
We all need to sit down and talk.
I mean, Z's
I
just been
asked
talking to
because
this
if
real
it's
cool
anywhere
girl.
between 11 to midnight, Cassie is coming back out with a horde of food. She has stolen
She's
some
one
fruit.
of them people.
You know, if we all gathered
Hmm.
for dinner earlier and stuff,
I
If
go
Earthos is
Everyone
the-
but Z and Earthos.
I
Z
go
and
up
Earthos
to
came in
Cassie.
late.
Does she have bread?
Most likely.
So what I do is I assume this is leftovers. I just go
Yeah.
up to her and I go, I have this way. I just came up with it like earlier tonight. It keeps your hands clean. Yeah.
She has an apple in her mouth, so she just looks at you.
You put the meat between two slices of bread. And then you pick up the slices of bread, and your fingers are clean and you can just eat it.
Well, yes, it's finger food. What?
Yeah.
Mayonnaise is finger food.
God, no!
I'm surprised if anyone got that reference. I think it's the most obscure one I've ever.
She's looking at him like, why are you telling me things I know?
Cassie
That was
knows
Cleveland.
what sandwiches.
Just finger food!
I literally described a sandwich to her. You said she.
It's
I
finger food. She doesn't know it as a sandwich, but she knows, yes, bread with stuff between it.
Okay. Okay, he just goes to bed.
As someone
Dude,
who
Arthos is
spends her
defeated.
time in the library, she would have known about something akin to a sandwich because she would be dead if she got food on any of the books. This is self-preservation.
Alright.
Before
I mean, knives and forks are a thing. But, okay.
before all that, during dinner time and stuff, before everyone split up again, I mean, Gyrus would definitely point out that we all need to talk with Venrora still about what the fuck all that was.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull Venrora's side in that case.
I'm guessing this will be when Earthos
Cassie.
goes to his room and the rest of us are at dinner.
Cassie, you confuse me. I don't know why.
Wait, no, this is way after dinner. Like, Earthos and Z arrived after dinner.
No, we didn't. We arrived when dinner was still happening.
yes,
'cause
it was at the
Yeah,
very
right
end.
at the tail end.
Yeah. Also, what
Okay.
confuses me is like, Gyrus going, all right, we need to talk openly. Okay, so I'm gonna take her to talk privately then? What?
Dragging away from the table from the king and queen, you dickwad.
You still
Wait
said
for them to
I
leave.
personally will drag her away.
You trying to drag her away,
Confuse me.
her still
Leave
sitting at the
it.
table
It's
eating.
okay. It's probably a better idea for what's it?
I mean-
Cassie should talk her along away from the king.
I mean, I imagine Gyrus would just go,
Yeah,
you
Gyrus
mind if
would
we have a
follow.
word, you know?
Yeah. Gyrus would follow. I mean, I know him and Cassie definitely want answers, so.
I'm
Jairus
determined.
consistently follows, so the Z is just gonna sit there and watch. I mean, the entire party just follows everyone else.
Do they tell him that they're trying to talk? Or do they
He would
just
look
walk?
at Earthos and Z like, come on.
Earthos went to his room?
Right, what? No, okay, I thought that dinner was, like, literally just ending. Like, at the end.
Oh.
Also,
So
yeah.
I mean, if dinner was just still going, and I was only, like, a little bit late, then I would have just ordered the food to
So
go to the
none of
table.
that sandwich shit would have happened. Oh my dear Christ.
No.
Say- no, just-
He would have still, like, asked for sliced bread, but he would just take the leftovers from the table.
Let's just say that by the time Cassie was tugging her away, it was like the tail end of dinner, and as soon as Erithos and Z were walking in, Cassie was walking out with Venrora, and they decided to tag along just to see what was going on.
But yeah,
No.
so
But now,
Z does not
King-
follow you guys, by the way. If you just look at him and try to insinuate something with your eyes, yeah, he doesn't follow you.
If she doesn't get it, she will drag his little bony ass with her as well.
He was sitting
Yeah,
there
you-
and talking to this really nice human girl. It was
You can
Listen.
talk to Lila later.
okay. Yes, cool. What you need?
Elvira comes too, because, you know.
Be right back.
Because heavy gay energy.
Must know.
No, she wants to know too, so let's
Yeah.
get this lore.
So,
Where are we gonna talk?
I'm
The
just
hallway?
gonna find a... Yeah, look what I was about to say. I'm like, I'm just gonna find an isolated hallway.
A hallway's probably not a great idea.
In front
what's
of
happening?
talking in front of the king and queen saying someone broke at least 3 laws.
I mean, we should probably discuss this more in a room, at least, or a study or something.
Okay, Gyrus, let's go find a study.
What's the nearest isolated area that I know of? Because I'm sure I know this place inside now. With how often she stayed in there.
Figure there's
In terms of
study.
isolation,
In terms of places that people don't tend to go. Not because, like, ooh, no, it's walled off, but more because people just don't go there.
Yeah, we-
excuse me.
Bless you.
There's a few
Sorry.
places that you could go to allow you to have a semblance of seclusion.
I'll take the group to one of those areas then. Jesus Christ, my neck hurts.
What do you need?
I figured this should be group discussion because you and Elvira were included in this as well. But I do have to ask Vinrora the main question. I understand that you were heavily suspicious of that man, but I also don't quite understand why you decided to chase him down and tackle him to the ground, and then proceed to grapple him in a highly populated area where guards can see you commit assault and robbery in their eyes.
I'm back.
Welcome back. You're just in time.
What's happening?
I'm being
Cassie's all
interrogated.
looking at it, and Rora, yeah.
Am I there?
Yes.
Does Vinrora, answer immediately?
Yeah.
Athos,
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd see Athos is carrying 2 slices of bread with meat
You are
filling.
stuck on this sandwich!
You are still stuck on the sandwich.
Oh, sorry, I'll stop.
First of all, I would like to apologize. I did not mean to cause trouble in your city. Second
Too
of all,
late.
I would like to say, well, I can see that. I would like to say it would have gone much smoother
And at this point, she will glance over to Elvira and Z.
if I had not been followed.
I kind of
fuck
know that
you.
part.
I
It
was
would
just
have gone much smoother if I had not been followed. No one
I
would
was
have
following
noticed.
my friend's request. Fuck you, don't blame shit you do either way. You still follow the guy that was just doing a transaction.
Okay, here, how about I solve this entire thing? You are all at fault!
I'm not. I
That
just
is
followed
fair.
what one of my friends said.
Well,
Elvira
that's
said, hey,
just-
chase that
that's
guy,
all
and I
right.
did it. In my eyes, I've done nothing wrong.
In your eyes.
In everyone's eyes, should be. I legit just listened to somebody in the party. So unless you guys want me to not listen from you from now on,
That hasn't
Like-
stopped you before.
just you must understand. You tell me to do something, I'll do it, but don't blame me for it.
And you must understand that there are consequences to actions for following things that you don't know what could
What's
happen.
wrong? Tell me what. How did we're like?
You're an accessory to
nothing happened.
assault!
The guy's not gonna press charges. I've actually, I just got done. That's secret business. I solved everything, so that guy's basically just chilled with us now. Part of my
Something I'm
good
worried
boy
about. It's the
business.
guards now being paranoid
I
of
glance
you.
at Z.
Well, here's the thing. I don't give a shit about a guard because if you can't get charged with assault if a person doesn't press charges.
That's not it. Fuck it,
Well,
you're not understanding.
that's
So
Not
Vinrora.
how it works. Gonna be
Probably
honest. If the guards see you doing something that's illegal, they'll just literally just like prosecute you anyway.
Well, I'll just use an illusion and get away. Not that hard. Not that difficult.
Did you just say you took care of something?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, you know when I got dragged away.
Yes, what was that?
Well, Z purposefully put me to a table too far away to listen. So Z,
I just wanted to
thought,
back up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's at his discretion to say.
I'm guessing everyone's expectantly looking at Z.
What the hell did I? Why are people looking at me? I'm confused. I handle shit. Why is it that important?
You asked me to try.
Yes, and so far it's
I-
done some great things.
I can't trust you if you continue to act suspicious and don't tell me anything at all.
I knew a guy who knew the guy that we attacked. Therefore, I smoothed it over with that guy. Is that a better explanation?
A little bit, yes, actually.
Okay, there you go. And he pats her head.
Aren't you shorter than her at the moment?
How tall are you?
What did I make her? Either 5 through 5'5". I'm legit stuck.
Either way, he's taller than you, right? He is
Okay.
5. Oh no, right now he's 5'9". Sorry. Yeah, he's taller than you.
Back to the point of the conversation. Vinrora?
She's really good at shifting blames.
Jarvis looks back at Vinrora.
Out of character, are we talking about Taru or are we talking about Venrora?
Then Rora.
Yeah, Gyrus is looking at Venora.
I mean, she hasn't shifted any blame at this point. She's just telling us she sees it.
Oh yeah.
That's shifting. Saying it's not my fault, it's theirs. It's the definition of shifting blame.
I mean, I could go into a very long, drawn-out conversation as to why I thought it was your fault, but we already solved that, so...
I mean, Gyrus agrees too, but he's not saying anything. Not the point of this conversation.
What was whose fault?
Nope.
No, not going back into this.
Gyrus looks back at
Blame
me.
Elvira? Oh no.
And he's like, Venvora, would you explain what exactly you were doing?
That is a bit of a long story. You might want to sit down.
Where are we?
Where?
Just
Where are
say
we
it.
exactly?
Just give us the cliff notes.
Wait, where are we exactly?
You're in a more secluded area of the castle, so you've left the dinner table.
So are we like in a room? In a hallway?
I hope we're not having a conversation in the hallway.
I was gonna say, we
You
better be
probably
in a room.
commandeered one of your rooms.
Okay.
There's a bed.
That would work. We'll say it's one of the rooms, yeah.
It
We can sit down then.
is.
He's cutting it out. Give him a second.
Oh, okay.
Not to offend you, but I am really hungry.
I figured you would have grabbed stuff off the table, but alright.
A few
Got drunk.
But Butters?
Butters, no.
This thing cuts out a lot.
Internet, please.
Butters. Where'd he go?
How you doing?
There we go.
There we go.
How are you?
So, yes, continue.
A few nights before we entered the city, I had a strange dream.
Yes, so did a few people.
Strange in the sense that I did not remember it, but also because I do not usually remember my dreams, that is. But also because of what happened in it.
Yes?
It was a very similar situation to what happened in the marketplace.
So you just had weird deja vu and then wanted to stealth and track a guy because of...
Not just because of that. It wasn't just a dream. It was more like a vision.
Or it was just a very realistic dream.
In very realistic dreams, you do not usually have disembodied voices talking to you. So I would think that
Wait,
might
that's
be a
not
bit of a
normal?
clue.
No.
No, not for most people. The voice, in the dream, encouraged me to follow the man who had received some sort of package. I followed him and eventually cornered him in a back alley. The package was a knife of some sort. I'm not much of a blacksmith, so I'm not too familiar with weaponry to be able to say more than that. And The very odd thing is, I did not want to hurt the man, but the voice wanted me to kill him.
Ooh, you have evil spirits in your head. You just make me keep liking you a little more every.
I ignored the voice, and when I tried to question the man, I found out that he was involuntarily mute. He had his tongue cut out from his mouth.
That's
That it'd be
a
like
little
that's
different.
a
little
Eh.
different from our running.
You hang around some people long enough, cut out tongue, ain't that weird? But yes, different than our running. But yeah,
So
weird deja vu. Interesting.
It did seem like the kind of thing I would be behooved to look into. It did not exactly go the way that I intended it to, and I apologize for that.
I mean, we ain't getting trouble, so who the hell cares?
I still would like to avoid causing any ruckuses in a place that I am not well known or barely welcome.
if our running wasn't mute, then did we run into the right man?
Or maybe that was just one of the thousands of possibilities of options that may have could have taken place that day. I believe in kind of an idea of something called string theory that did like if you would actually know the future, there's no way that future is gonna happen.
Or it could be showing up what might happen to him at a later time.
Maybe I had a dream / vision of a guy randomly combusting, so it just might be weird, you know.
Is it just you two that are having these visions, or has this happened to everyone
Hey.
in this party?
Guru, I had a dream too, right? I'm sorry. I should have taken notes on it that day, but I was
I'm sorry.
tired.
Yeah, I was looking at my notes too, and I feel like I had some kind of dream one of those nights too, right? Though I don't remember the dream.
Most of you did not have the same kind of experience that Benrora had specifically, but you all had one more similar to Z's. Where you were in the city and you saw someone just burst in flames.
So yeah,
I may or may not have had the same kind of dream as Z.
well, when you get to know somebody long enough, sometimes your thoughts can be, connected if you get close enough with somebody. So, dual dreams could happen, possibly.
I
Also-
think you're right.
May I go back to eat now? And he just
Go.
looks at Cassie in the eye.
Go for it.
The driver from our caravan did mention having a dream.
Oh,
so-
also, I intend to leave within the next 2 days. If you people are willing to come as well.
Why?
Some unsavory people coming to the town that I do not want to be around.
Unsavory in what way, so we can look out for them in case they come early?
People that don't necessarily like me, from what I remember at least.
Well, you know they can't do anything to you so long as you stay in the castle, right?
No, I beg to fucking differ. And he just goes to get food.
Lyra's gonna follow him if he leaves.
Yeah, he leaves.
He yells like clickety clack against the marble. The floor.
Okay, he does hear it. I wanted to check if he actually did.
Of course. We staying with the group, or is Perspective gonna move on to Z and Elvira?
Z is legit just going back to the dinner table and talking to that girl. He wants to continue his conversation.
She's a very slow eater, so when you meet her, she's like got most of her plate done. She kind of jumps when she sees you, like, oh, hey. So you'll be having a conversation with her.
After having talked with his brother, you'll head to bed.
Okay.
Seeing that he's trying to talk to a girl, Elvira would probably leave, and then go to Z's room later, like when he's not occupied by conversation.
Okay. So when would you think about ending the conversation, Z? Just
He'd get somewhat flirtatious, then cut it off.
yeah,
Probably.
she's just
Unless
eating food.
unless she seems super into it. Like it would go on for a while. Like he's legit interested in just talking, and then he'd get a little flirtatious towards the tail end. Unless things got really kicked off, he'd just end it and just say have a good night.
She, like, when you get flirtatious, she just kind of looks at you, kind of like blinking slowly, just like not catching what you're putting down.
Which is fine.
So you're
Yeah.
eventually, it's not that she's like, she doesn't like you. She is very good at listening, but it appears she's just very slowly eating her food, just listening and letting you.
If he doesn't get one of his flirtatious jokes, he over-explains. Like he explains the joke fully.
Like she kind of like tilts her head after one of them, like kind of like makes like a oh.
Yeah, humor is to each their own. I find stuff like that funny. What do you find funny? Stuff like that. He plays it off. He bings it.
All right. And she just kind of like I find a few things funny. Gestures are funny. I don't know. I haven't seen too much yet.
Sense of black humor.
The plays that
what's
sometimes
funny?
are put on are funny, but we don't get to see many of those.
Oh, real
Do
quick.
you find this funny? And he just like he'll take out he'll grab like the end of a fork and just stab it like grab like the end of a fork and like stab it towards his eye. Then I'll try to sleight of hand the eyeball I have in my pocket into my hand
Oh my god!
and pull it out with my eye closed.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
You hold on, say that one more time to make sure I caught all
I
that.
have an eye in my pocket.
Okay.
So it's a glass eye. So I basically take that like the pointy end of a fork, I grab it, and I stab it like towards my eye, and then like the sleight of hand while she's looking like that, shift the eye into that hand.
Rule sleight of hand.
Not awful.
All right.
And he makes a noise as he does.
She looks down at the eye, just like she's not looking back at you. She's just staring at the eye, just like, huh. Looks back up at you. Looks down at you. You're not screaming.
Magician.
What? What?
You broke her.
Rapid blinking and just trying to like. You kind of see the blue screen of death go through her eyes as she's just like trying to compute and shutting down. She's
I
like,
always imagine like the noise into the
You're cutting out, Butters.
Butters.
Butters has died.
Butters?
Okay, I'm back.
You're very faint, but you are back.
Hello.
Yes.
There we go.
Alright, so yeah, I said you try to get a gauge for humor and try to bounce stuff off that. I don't know how good he'd.
It
Yes,
almost works, but she seems to be more like trying not to panic. Like, what magic?
Oh wait, I know people like this. Okay, I know how to make them laugh. Okay, so what do you call a cow with no leg?
What?
Ground beef.
You see her kind of like hiccup slightly, and then you hear a little.
I knew dad jokes would get her.
She like covers her mouth, just like trying to look proper. Like, no, I was trained better than this. Tries to look, composed.
Why couldn't the skeleton go to prom?
What's prom?
Why couldn't the skeleton go to
Go to what?
a ball?
Why?
It had no body to go with.
Covers her mouth again.
Starts telling the
Breaking
worst
through.
puns he knows.
She tries. I'm actually gonna roll real quick.
What instrument is the skeleton the worst at?
Which?
The organ.
I rolled a wisdom save to see how well she did against these jokes. By the time you leave her, she's trying so hard. Like the whole room is echoing with her laughter. You have her just like side cracking, giggling.
That's Butters actually figuring out her personality. Because it just got more and more. I'm like, this is just Guru. Here come the dad.
It's not just me. I actually built her personality, and actually,
I know.
it's essentially off-brand humor for her. She's used to high tier humor. So hearing it and processing it, she's actually finding it quite funny.
Offer a hand for a handshake and just go, good night, bud.
She gives a handshake back. Oh, you are quite funny. I hope you rest well. Thank you. She looks down at her food. Oh, I'm gonna need a little more time to finish this. It's probably gotten cold.
He'll go to his.
Okay. Elvira is just in your room waiting.
Hello.
He didn't know she was in at first, so he just walks in, closes the door, and just throws his shirt.
Oh my god!
He's about to go with his pants, and went, oh, hi.
Hey, what's up?
How about you? What you doing in here?
Okay, I am worried because you said that a bunch who might want to kill you are coming to the city. Are you going? When should we leave?
Soon as possible. I'm not gonna rush anybody, but I'd love to leave soon.
Can you tell me anything else about these people?
What are you
Can
gonna
maybe look
do
out for them?
me? You have like very squinty eyes.
She's being earnest.
He's not. What if I give you this information? What will you do for me?
Sorry, Butters, I couldn't hear you.
If I give you this information, what will you do for me?
I'll look out for. Oh God. Water. I would look out for them in case they come early.
I've
See them in
already
another
been
location.
offered that proposition.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
I've already been offered that proposition.
Billabone. Oh, Guru. Sorry.
You caught us so off guard with that.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why Guru's. Okay. I was already offered that information?
Yeah,
No,
I was
he
already
was already offered that.
proposition. I was already offered that
Oh.
proposition.
Yeah, what Cassie said earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just thought if I knew what they looked like, so I could warn you if I saw them.
I don't know what they look like.
Oh, okay.
You can tell. You don't even have to roll. Z's being honest. Like he straight up does
okay.
not know what they look like. They wear armor.
Oh, I thought they might have a uniform. Oh, okay. That's a good start. Is there any particular kind of weapon they use, or any signature that you can think of?
They use a weapon. They definitely use a weapon.
Butters, you keep cutting out as soon as you say what weapons they use.
They
No,
definitely
weapons,
use
a
a
weapon.
weapon.
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just saying they
That's
use
it.
a weapon. He doesn't say
They
what type.
definitely.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Uh,
Oh,
they look like
that's
a
also-
narc.
this
From
is
what I read.
I'm writing this down. Hang on. Okay, if you don't know anything about them, then I suppose there's nothing that can be done about it. We'll just keep a lookout.
I'm gonna try to remember more. Hold the fuck on! I'm scrolling through my backstory, bitch. I'm kidding. Where the fuck is it? The only thing I really heard, like, he straight up just like walked up to me, right? He was wearing oh, it's a he. There you go. He was like wearing like this like shiny metal armor, and I just asked the totally reasonable question: "Hey, you a cop?" And that was when everything went downhill.
Oh, okay, well, I guess we'll steer clear of anybody in shiny metal armor then. Talk. I think we got a lot done. I think there's a lot of progress made. She's gonna stand up and she's gonna walk over and
Yeah.
pat him on the shoulder.
He just drops his pants and walks to his bed and gives you a. He does not have a penis at the
Aw.
moment, by the way.
Well, that's a
We're-
statement.
No dicks out.
Alright, Elvira will return the hug. And then,
Oh my god.
Vag is out at the moment, and he just gives you a hug. Oh yeah, here you go. Or they just give you a hug at the moment, I guess. I don't fucking know. He just goes, have a good.
Z
you
is fluid.
two stay safe. Okay, I guess that was very productive.
Tara, I'm DMing you something.
Oh,
Me?
You, yes.
Oh,
Tara's getting lore. I'm
getting
jealous.
Huh? No, she's not. It's just something that you laugh at because this is peak me energy.
As I'm gonna be, I was gonna be real honest. Like he never said anything about attacker. He just said
Oh.
He just said things went downhill with him.
I mean, that might be, Elvira is just like, things went downhill. Z was attacked. Grabs his knife.
I feel like
I'm
that's
stab
a pretty
bitch.
like. Okay, hang on.
You're fine. Alright, so
Yeah.
you guys are able to get a long rest, relax.
oh yeah. All right. I got distracted, but I will also be spending almost the entire night in library.
You did
Alright,
what?
So you're taking a point of exhaustion just to stay up all night.
Do I see that his light's on when
Hey,
I pass his room?
Paris,
He said
let
he's
it
in the
happen.
library. He said he's in
Paris.
the library. So no, you don't.
Anytime anything ever go like anyone makes a choice that Paris doesn't like, she automatically goes, "Do I see?"
Um,
I
Two-
wonder what you do as well.
hold on. Where is your sheet, real quick, just to help you out?
Paris
Right.
squares the fuck up.
Let me turn on the exhaustion tracker for you, so you can remember how much points of exhaustion do for you.
Paris is already a fucking baby. He doesn't need any more weaknesses.
Once again,
And one
Yeah,
point of exhaustion.
it's the idea of Paris's character saying, "I don't like to be treated like a child," than me staring at Paris in every other one of her characters.
Out of
When
character.
have I said this?
You said that in the Thursday
As,
game.
yeah, Elephants in Shadow, I believe.
Yeah, your character said, "I don't like being treated like a child," and I just said the fact that Paris is saying this made me upset.
Gyrus. So
Yes. Yes.
which book are you reading? Are you reading the book about the city or the book about the Dragon's Eye?
I'm gonna read the city one first.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. Not bad at all. Yeah, and this isn't with advantage. This is before you're exhausted.
Thank you.
It is across the Colosse's path, as was already stated. From the history that you can tell, it at one point, like a lot of the information that is kind of brought up, describes it as being thriving. This almost this metropolis megacity, if you will, a true place where people would want to gather. And at one point, it actually mentions that at one point they, rumor only, no one is able to actually determine anything, lost one of their highest advisors to the king when they just vanished. And some say that that person may have been a dragon, but that's all speculation, as some say that it may have been a giant, it may have been a celestial, it may have been a demon. No one knows for certain. But after that person left, and a new advisor was put into reins to try and help the kingdom, things seem to suddenly become sour. It was during that time that Themideus was at war with Ozalis, so probably a good 120 years at least, 120, 150 years ago. And Themideus had attempted to push into Ozalis using some of the stuff that they had in there. And when Ozalis pushed back, they pushed back hard enough that when Themideus was basically sending multiple requests to end the war, Ozalis had just kept pushing into there, taking more and more land until at some point it mentions that someone had come to the castle and asked the king, quite politely to, could you not, essentially.
I'm
And
typing as fast as I
know.
can, but
let me know if let me know if you need me to slow down.
yeah. You said about that war. Who pushed into where first?
Ozalis pushed into was being pushed by Themideus, and then they pushed back harder than Themideus had been pushing.
Why the fuck is that name familiar to me? It shouldn't be. Oh, for fuck's sake, it's on the map. That's why.
Yeah. Okay, continue.
And when that person was taken by the king, they don't know what happened. Like you read through it and you're like, you're maybe just you're tired and you're starting to get tired and you're starting to miss it. But at some point between that person who came to talk to them and the war ending, the city had a massive gargantuan tree just explode out from beneath it and take the city up into the air, into the tree broads, and just the city was mildly scattered by the uprooting of the city itself, as well as actual roots being put down. Nothing mentioning what brought it to life or things like that. But again, that could just be either misconception, or maybe they put it later in the book. By that point, the sun's starting to peek through the window, and you're starting to rub your eyes, just tired and
already.
like,
Man. So there's more in the book that I haven't read yet.
Yeah. More towards the back where it discusses a few other things, which you're not certain what exactly that is just yet, but you put a bookmark in it.
Okay. I'm guessing I'm too tired to keep looking at anything.
You can keep looking at things, it's just that at this point with your exhaustion, it'd be rolls with disadvantage. If you want to keep looking, by all means.
He wants to, but that's probably gonna be good. He's probably gonna miss stuff if he starts doing that.
So you're holding off
I guess
for
I'm
now.
gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off and keep my little area nice and clean, but go back to my room and probably.
Okay. You get back and you're probably just changing out into something fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And breakfast is served and everyone's able to wake up. It's the start of a brand new day.
I'm not there because I'm sleeping.
You're just going back just to be like, yeah, and thump, falls on bed.
Pretty much.
Well, I suppose we'd just eat breakfast and then head off promptly to the woodworker's shop.
Okay. So you're gonna head there.
Who would say hi to everyone though?
Ugh.
I might as well just DM you what I'm gonna do there, so
Mhm.
so it doesn't take up too much time.
Of course.
I would like to speak to the king.
All right.
Same.
Oh.
Aurora asked first. I would like to create fire.
Again? I'm scared.
Again.
You want that money?
Roll alchemist tools wisdom while I have the king be poked down by Venrora first, and he will take Venrora to his study privately. And when Z's like, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you too," he makes motions like, "I will speak with you after." Just Venrora motions. Okay.
I hope this.
No, I saw the thing. But yep, go ahead.
I hope this day finds you well.
Thus far, at least. My wife has been looking through tomes on a few things that were brought to my attention. Hoping that we will be able to discover them soon.
I see.
Jesus Christ.
I love watching Alice being so happy about this.
She wants her fire.
I can tell.
From my understanding,
Hmm?
you are of the clerical nature, yes?
I am indeed.
Guru, out of character, how much do I know about magic?
Really?
I'm going to presume you're
threw me
not.
off. I don't know why.
I'm going to presume you're
I
not
didn't
proficient
watch it.
in Arcana, so not a
It
huge
was-
amount. You're more familiar with nature magic, like from druids, rangers. You have seen sorcery before, so magic isn't so out of. Actually, you would have seen some of the nature of divine magic. There are some clerics, so you're not in the dark. It's just that you don't know how it works or the ins and outs of it. It's just something that you're like, it's a thing you can do, right?
That's fair enough.
Would you be able to send a message for me to my grandfather?
I do not believe I've met him myself, at least not to my memory. If
out of character, Guru.
Yep.
Man's been alive for quite some time. He
Yeah.
probably would have been the one to walk over and meet the new king, aka this guy.
Doesn't
That or his
mean he
father.
remembers him.
Yeah.
What?
He's met a lot of people ranging from nobles. He kind of makes motion. I will certainly try and pull it up. If you wish to, if you can phrase it within 20 to 25 words, I can try and see about recalling him so I can make sure I do not send it to the wrong tribe. that would be something that would be most embarrassing for both of us.
Very well. It's nothing personal. I just wanted to check in.
Of course. Even checking in, the word limit would still remain that, and I do have other things that I will be needing to do, so unfortunately it will take me some time to attempt to pull up this information. Is there anything else I can assist you with as well?
Out of character, Guru, would I have been instructed exactly what I have to do when I meet the king?
You were told to break bread with him, and to, I mean, you've essentially
Which I've done.
reestablished the bond between the two of you to make him aware that, you are in his land, you're keeping an eye on him, and that, you're definitely a part of his people. So that's made him, you've basically dotted your I's and crossed your T's for the most part. Anything else that you feel that they're trusting you to act within your station to see how you can progress, things like that. But if you feel that you've done all you can, they will not hold it against you.
Not currently, but I will speak to you again if anything comes to mind.
Of course. He gives a little nod and motions to her. Thank you again for traveling with my children.
It has been educational. Is probably the best way I can put it.
Educational is always a good way to put it. Learning new things is a step forward. Steps if you are paying attention.
Most certainly.
Gives a little nod. I do hope that your travel home is also done with safety. If you require assistance traveling back, I do have people who can assist you with that, unless you feel yourself strong enough to travel alone or things of that nature.
I am confident in my abilities, but
Are your people not still across the Colossi path?
Let me look real quick.
I know that they've moved around a bit, but
I'd have to either skirt up by those mountains and go over the top of the path over here, or find a bridge, wouldn't I?
There is a pathway towards the north. It's guarded quite heavily by people of our Arcanist watch, but I can write a note to have them allow you to go across it. It's not quite at the time when the Colossi will be making its way down as the changing of the seasons occurs, but you should have enough time to make it causing any difficulties. That will you have it be a sign of good faith between our people, yourself and us.
I would appreciate the company.
Gives a little nod. I myself would not be going, but again, if you require that assistance, or if you wish to go the full way towards the Closet Lucanus, I will not bar your way.
I most likely will not go by the claws. That is a very long way out of my way.
Of course. He nods and he motions to you again.
In the meantime, I believe there is someone else who wishes to speak to you.
Yes. Z. Send him in.
No one really sends Z in. He arrives.
I would imagine. He kind of just gives a little nod and then kind of like looks towards the door. Send him in anyways.
She smiles at that,
Of course, Your Majesty.
and she goes out and opens the door.
Z's just on the other side waiting. Guy
The
looks
king will
in.
see
Never
you.
mind, I don't need help anymore. He just turns around and walks.
What?
What a strange lad.
You have no idea, sir.
I'm starting to get one.
He peeks his head in again. Have a good day.
You as well, Z. Kind of just leans back in his chair. A couple moments later, after Venora comes out, Cassie, you would see that Z is not going in, and Venora is also no longer in the study.
John Travolta confusion.
Wait,
And Z's just
wait.
walking away. It's basically the fucking kid like, sure. Okay. She'll peek her head in. Dad, can you get Mom real quick for me? I need you both.
He squints at you.
It's actually important.
Cassie, I don't brush you off. I don't say that it's not important. I'm just concerned if you're calling for a meeting between you, myself, and your mother. I'm concerned that I need to ask what you did. Do I require asking before I get her?
I mean, technically, yes, but it's not illegal. If it was illegal, you would be talking to me from behind bars.
You can do things illegal, not be caught, and I could still be speaking with you. That is an option
I would
that I
have to
wish
let
for
you
you to
guilty conscience.
avoid. Caution, of course, but avoiding.
Not caution. Conscience. I would be too guilty at doing something illegal.
Paris, I thought you were about to say if we were something illegal, you'd be talking to Z.
I mean, is
I hear no lies.
Accurate?
No,
Right.
there's no lies, no lies. He stares at you for a couple seconds more and then just kind of shakes his head slowly. Have a seat. Stands up and walks to the door, opens it, kind of startles one of the guards. He kind of reaches down, kind of just taps him on the shoulder, whispers something, and walks back. Just sits back down. Give her a moment or two. She's not that far away.
Does she just show up?
She walks through the doors.
Okay, so she doesn't stealth. Good.
No, she doesn't have to. She walks through the doors. Like she owns the place. Because
'Cause
technically
she
she does
does.
at least half of this.
This half is mine. Cuts through couch. Oh God, I'm kidding with Zia flashbacks.
She sits down and looks at her husband and then back to you. Yes.
Some things have come up recently that have been confusing, to say the least. And you are the two who are my parents, I would hope that you would have at least some knowledge regarding this. But what exactly are Erthos and I? Because it's not human, especially not considering what we both look like. But no one has ever really, well, at least no one has ever really filled me in, other than with the name. I swear to God, Butters, you put reverse tiefling?
A reverse tiefling and a reverse Azamar. Don't worry about it. He puts his fingers together and kind of just leans forward, rubbing his hands together very slowly. In what regard do you mean, daughter?
What other regard could I mean? I mean, for God's sakes, I grew wings in the library! I don't know what I am. I don't know why there's the voice of someone in my head. I don't know why I have this fucking cord. I don't know why I don't look like you. I don't know why I'm not a human.
You are still our daughter, regardless of all of that. Your mother says after they kind of give these this look at each other when you like mention I grew wings in the library, and they kind of just look like, huh, before looking back at you like, well, no, we're still listening. You know, the parents, hold up, our daughter did what? But they're contemplative, and it takes them a moment before your father eventually just kind of gives this this exhausted, just kind of I do not know for certain. I know that kind of like rubs his arm slowly and kind of looks to his looks to Kathy, who's just kind of looking at him with just like a go on motion. At some point in our bloodline, we've been rushed against by ancients and by gods. And so both watch us. One hoping to see us tear down the world, the other to see us do something else, whether that be to lift it or to lead by example. I do not know. What I do know is that you're manifesting that you stated you've done in the library matches something that another of your ancestors has done. My own grandfather had the ability to perform a feat similar to this. I have no such abilities myself. I am but a mortal man. I don't know what it means. My grandfather lived his life as peacefully as one could. After we had been setting up Volfest, and maybe that was why he had been chosen. Your brother is old blood. I do not know what. Can you hear me?
There we go. Much better. Discord had a heart attack for a second.
Okay. No worries.
I think. Wait, hang on.
Can-
Keep
can you-
talking.
Can
Talk.
you hear me?
Talk
Yes,
long.
I'm still talking.
Oh, it's a reverb.
Buddy.
Oh boy, hold on. Hello?
It's still doing it. Hang on.
For 1 second, guys. Sometimes it does this. Hello?
I'm always roboting. That's my secret.
Okay, there we go. It's fixed. Thank God.
Okay, where did you last hear me?
Oh, hang on.
What
Just
if
a
I
second.
told you you're still a robot?
But the... What do you mean no route? Discord? Again, I apologize. Right now I'm being dragged around in the Discord chats, waiting for it to connect, because right now it is deciding to be a son of gun. Over here it connects just fine.
Where the
Sure,
There
it's
it
not
is.
the client, but
is it? Okay, there we go.
Yep. I checked in another chat to see if it worked, and it connected just fine. Come back over, and it connects just
nothing
fine.
you could do. It's nothing you could fix. It's Discord.
Literally
No,
just
no, no.
Discord having...
I know, but remember the last time this happened, we could go to the DM chat and start a call, and it was fixed.
Or at the very least, it was
So-
fine.
Yeah.
Where did you last hear me at?
He was mentioning that the grandfather could do it, but he couldn't do it, and then he brought up Earthos, and that was all I heard.
Earthos is old blood. I don't know how far back he goes. It may have been before we ever had leadership of Azelis, but I do not know what it is that has shown itself in him. But whatever it has not made him any less of a good man. He will be the one to choose his own actions, and while people may look different, we cannot discredit who they are based off of appearance alone. I mean, if we did that, we wouldn't have our neighbors to the north being as friendly as they are, rather than being eager to jump down our throats and stab us. Preferably, we'd like to not have such like that occur. He crosses his arms after a moment, just kind of leans back. There were old records that were kept in the old capital, but getting there is more of a mighty stretch than it's needed to be. I wish that we had half that knowledge, but the tree is dangerous, and I fear that something now lurks within the halls of our old kingdom, keeping other things at bay. What that may be, I don't know.
You see your eyes light up when he mentions, like, essentially, adventure is essentially what he just said to her.
Mm-hmm.
Mark my words. What I just posted in Roll20 is gonna happen.
I'm not sure what type of Harry Potter stuff, but sure. Your mother leans forward after a moment. If you're worried that what you've done is wrong or bad, it's not. We do know this, and if anything, you are brighter and wiser than you know.
I feel like I'm going crazy.
Imagine my experience when I first became a cleric and began being able to cast magic. It's
a voice in my head who I don't know who it is, who has been leading me to do things.
They look at each
And
other.
I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's associated with what I am, or if I'm if I'm just losing my mind, or
Give heed to it on occasions. Follow your heart when you need to, but temper it on occasion with the voice. If it's like myself, where it's feeling, it may be helpful, but use what we've taught you. Common sense.
it doesn't feel malevolent.
Just
But
because
to
it
me-
doesn't feel malevolent does not mean that it cannot have hidden itself from you. You are young, and there are things out there that will attempt to disguise themselves as being for one's own good and show themselves later to attempt to tear you down. I would not see that of you, or of any of my children.
I was hoping you would have just more information, because so far, what it feels like is... It feels like the expectations of me that I can't quite meet. Not from you, but from some of the servants I've talked to over the years.
What are their expectations? You see his like form just like shift, his shoulders rolling back, his chin held high, and somebody's gonna get hurt real bad.
I don't think it was their intention to put these
Speak.
expectations on me.
What did they say? And who did it?
Beacon of hope, keep up the happy expression, help lead your people, such and such. Things like that. It was years ago, I don't remember who, I just know that I've held on to it for fear of, if I go off the path, that something awful might happen. Considering that, they're... what they talk about makes me seem like I'm angelic of some sort.
I see. You see your mother just kind of like touch his leg gently. He kind of like, he doesn't deflate, but he shifts slightly as though he's like, and she kind of like makes like a kind of a down, like trying to soothe him slightly, and then you see her mouth the word later. And he doesn't deflate, but he leans back sternly in his chair, just like now he's like on a spring, ready to launch himself out of his chair at the first trigger. But he's being calm. He's being good.
Protective dad.
Again, I don't think it was their intention to put these on me.
People have superstitions. Lack of knowledge threatens any good people. We used to be known as the greatest of libraries, and now we've lost so much. We've built up since then, but we've lost. He kind of just shakes his head. Forgive me if we had half of what I could offer you, or half of what I wished to offer you, you would have more. Sadly, I am without at the moment.
What I've been given is enough, since what you've given me is all that you can. If I find out more, I'll tell you. I just figured it was worth a shot to see if you knew any more than I do, which you do, considering you've given me enough information to know that I'm not just some mad woman.
You're not mad. You're going through changes as anyone else does, but yours just have an added layer of complexity.
Oh, lovely. So my puberty not only comes with horns, but wings.
I wasn't going to say that, but sure, let's go with that. He like looks exasperated at that, just like, yeah, sure.
She's smiling as she says this.
Yeah, he's just like, you're detense now, so okay. Joking is begun. Collect yourself, daughter. There's still much we all need to learn, and still much we all can do. He smiles, stands up, offers his hand to pick you up,
She'll take it.
pulls you up to your feet, and pulls you into a hug.
Ah!
What? You expected me not to? Pat your back.
I'm expecting for my feet to stay on the ground.
This
She'll
is what
hug him
we're
back.
talking about. Your feet
Yes,
never
I'm
reach
well
the
aware.
ground. He sets you down. Go and have fun with Gyrus. Do what you need to do. If you require anything of me, let me know. Hopefully Erthos doesn't stay in the woodshop all day. He's where he's going more distant.
There actually is one more thing that I would like to talk to you alone about, because if I just do this with Mom nearby, she'll squeal and hurt my ears.
What? He like just seemed like slowly narrowing his eyes.
Don, I gotta drag you to 1v1.
Oh, damn.
You have to drag. Oh.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Blinking GIF meme. What?
I see how it is.
The Gyrus puppy dog eyes don't work with the actual character. They don't work for you, Taru. I'm immune.
Wow, I see. I thought, like, we were besties or something.
I'll tell you how to character later. It's fine.
Okay. Why not just do it here then, so that you can tell him later?
Hello.
Because
one, it only involves Gyrus, is why this. And two, I'm just leaving the rest of the misfits.
Sure.
I regret nothing.
You could have just DM'd me and asked me.
It's just a full conversation, just because holy shit. She needs to get
Okay.
this off her chest.
Go ahead.
I'm assuming the mother has left.
You're asking her to leave?
He's looking at her like, please go. It's like the begging face.
He makes a motion, and she just kind of like looks at him like, "Don't you command me?" He kind of makes like
Right.
he like is basically a double dose of please, and she's just like, "I know when I'm not needed anymore. Whatever it is, be careful." And then she walks out. He turns.
Mom's sitting listening on the other door.
He kind of rubs his hands together slowly as he steps back. And what was so important that you needed to speak to me alone?
About Gyrus.
Hmm.
You've been with Mother a long time, I'm assuming. You've been with her long enough to have me, Isaac, Arthos, and such, so you would know certain emotions. Do I just feel this way because he's another ASMR, or is this something else? Or am I just, again, crazy?
You're feeling close to him. I doubt that it would force you to do anything you wouldn't wish. Proximity of another touched as yourself. Not impossible. But you've had time to get to know each other. Feelings are not out of the question. He didn't hurt you, did he?
No.
He makes a motion like he's about to crack his knuckles, like, okay.
Calm down. I noticed them recently, and I thought, okay, maybe I'm just overprotective, but remember how Z mentioned that his form of healing was... She grimaces, kissing.
Mm-hmm.
He had to do so with Jarvis, and at the moment that I saw this happen, I wanted to rip him apart.
Don't do that.
That's not something that I would normally want to do with a friend. So I already knew something was wrong, but I thought maybe that it was just something off. But
it's persisted.
Yes.
Maybe some fresh air will do you some good. Take Jairus and a few other people. Get yourself some time to allow yourselves to discuss and to consider these things. Yes. Away from a confined place like this. I'm not saying right now, but speaking with him in a place where you don't feel kind of motions to the walls, social obligations, such as what is already... He turns and looks to the wall, just like, I'm gonna have to beat the hell out of
Father, I'm admitting to having a crush on my friend, and you want me to discuss this with him. No. I can't bring this...
I didn't say that. I said you can begin to discuss it with him. I may have said to discuss it with him. Not immediately, daughter. You don't bring that up immediately. It's hard to explain. Feelings like this, when they come up, they do need to be explored. Bringing it up may not be the best move, but being in a place where you don't have to worry about the nobility looking over your shoulder, about people thinking one way or another about you being with someone, being in a place where you can breathe, it will help you to think clearly. And if doing so, since you've been with him for as long as you've been with him, and this has never come up before, that already means that it's showing growth and maturity from you. You're understanding yourself better. You are becoming a more understanding and complete person.
If this is what it feels like to be complete, I want it to go away.
You're still being completed. Trust me, it gets better as you get older. Kind of like leans forward. It only gets better in certain areas, and then someone tries to throw you something that makes you want to wish that it was back to normal. But you get over it quickly. You learn and you adapt. Trust me, I've had my several things thrown to try and slide me back a ways.
Are you saying that literally or figuratively?
Yes. I'm well aware of my own shortcomings, and I had to travel before my father passed me the throne to speak with various factions, as your brother Isaac does now. Granted, he does it with a full guard and many others. With you, perhaps a smaller entourage. Something to allow you to, instead of worrying as much, give you respite.
Where do I even begin? Even bringing up this kind of discussion.
You don't. Not at first. Bringing this up, it will take time. You will find your own way to do it, and you will find your own time to do it. Just let it be known that you will never feel that it is the right time. Not fully, not truly. There'll always be something nagging you. But when you have the confidence to bring it forward, you will feel that confidence, and that will give you the time to overcome your own doubt.
Trust your judgment. I hate it, but I trust it.
He pulls you close and kisses your forehead. You're my daughter. You will do well. I believe this.
Arthos is gonna find out within 2 minutes and torture me.
Isaac may
If he hasn't already found it. Oh, what?
To be fair, he hasn't said anything. I mean, I figured that out pretty quickly. But this
Is
isn't new
that
information
obvious?
to me. No, I know you. He hugs you.
She hugs him back.
You'll be fine. Alright?
Alright.
Now go out
I'm
there
going
and
to...
be your best self. Alright?
Alright. I'll see if he's found out anything about that book. Maybe that'll distract me.
Atta girl.
Time to head back now.
Of course. And we're back.
We've had good guesses at what it could possibly be, but
I'm setting up a TPK. That's what's going on. Of course, you know.
Yes. Do it. You won't. Do it. You won't.
Total.
You won't do
End
it.
it, please.
I think it's like total party kill or
Please
something.
end
Yes,
it.
it is.
oh, okay.
Oh. Okay.
Alright.
No.
I've heard 3 okay, actually technically 4 okay, so alright, good to know.
God.
Oh god.
End my suffering.
Oh no.
Alright. So
Where did I just hear a prominent drip? Is my question.
that was a
Someone's
message.
phone notification.
I was gonna say anything,
Oh.
but yeah.
Yeah,
No.
sorry. I think that was my Tumblr.
Oh.
Your Tumblr goes.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Whoever has
The volume's on.
Oh my god. Don, can I try one more
As
crazy
there-
thing since I've left the room?
Oh.
I'm gonna head back into my room.
Eric.
Oh god, he's cutting it out. Betty!
I guess you. Oh,
Butters has been cutting it out. Oh dear. I wanted to head into my room and see if I could try and communicate with this fucking voice that has been talking to me.
Okay.
Because out of character, you know exactly what she's describing.
I know.
Hello.
please.
Roll a perception check.
Am I heard at all or no?
Yes.
We can hear you.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. He's just waiting outside the door for her.
Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi. Okay. So I'm bored and I annoyed your brother yesterday. Guess who gets the privilege?
to
Today, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Guess who gets the privilege today?
Give me 30 minutes. I want to try something, and I don't know if it'll work if you are nearby. I swear I won't sneak out. I will just be in my room, and my room has a very large window that's very
can
high
you
up.
test it on me?
Uh,
I'll say the
technically,
flying
no.
creature. That means nothing. But I would like. I'm fine with being a guinea pig.
I have a flying creature that can't carry me. But, technically, no. It's something that I have to do myself.
What is it?
That sounds awkward.
What is it?
Talking to a voice inside my head.
Well, if it's in your head, I won't be able to hear it either way. So what does it matter?
Just give me half an hour to test this. I'll be in my room. You can stand outside and listen if you want, but I just want to see if it works. Please.
Okay.
Thank you. And I will try the thing. You said roll perception, Don?
Mhm.
Rip. Nope.
Can't hear it.
I rolled a 9.
Yep. Nope. You definitely wouldn't be able to hear it.
I'll try to do the same thing. Do I
You
have
try.
voices? I don't think I have voices in my head, but I'll
Roll a
try.
perception check.
I was about to say, I'm like, she'll try again.
Hell
May
yeah.
I?
Make another one? No.
She'll come out looking very frustrated then.
You see Z just laying on the floor, like, across your doorway. I was going, hey, what's up, voices in my head? How you doing? That's good. Nice to talk to you again. Oh, hey, sorry, you interrupted me. He'll stand.
Didn't work.
That's a shame.
Yes, it is. It seems like it only wants to
Everybody
talk
has-
to me when it wants to talk to me.
Toxic relationship. I understand. So, yeah. What you want to do today?
Well, if we're just going to be meandering around the city, if you haven't been there, there's a adorable little bakery that I always go to that I've been wanting to go to for a breakfast snack. Since I've eaten it at least once a day since the time we've gotten here.
Have I gone there before? Like, in the past, have I gone there before, Guru?
Roll a history check. Paris, you were the one who made the name of it. Would you like to tell the name of it?
Hang on, let me find it. I need my background open.
The delectable honey.
Did I put the name in the background?
Wait, I want to start a sweet shop one day. It's just a bunch of different chains of sweet shops that are all could either be a sweet shop or a stripper. Like it works as a sweet shop, but it also works for the name of a stripper. Come on, it's a genius idea.
Well, since I don't have the name in the background, currently what it's just called is Sweetened Cherubs.
I think I was in the city. Maybe I don't.
Would you like to go there and find out if you have any memories of it?
Are you paying?
Why wouldn't I? I invited you.
Also, you have seen the Sweetened Cherubs. It's just that you haven't really gone in it.
Once
It sounded
again,
like
he
it was-
utters.
Yeah.
Z utters the phrase he said before. I love rich friends, and he throws his arm around your shoulder.
I'm not exactly. Well, I mean, I guess technically I am, but I don't have a rich person's amount of money on me.
He just puts his finger to your lip.
Okay. I'll lead him to the bakery and just make like casual conversation with him.
Okay.
You could hear what I said, right?
Yeah. Don't
sure.
think too hard.
Wait, what?
I thought you said don't think too hard about
No,
it.
I said, don't take this from me.
Oh.
I whispered so to make sure I was heard fully.
You're fine.
I thought you said don't think too hard.
No, I said don't take this from me.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
I hope we get attacked today. That'd be fun.
On that note, as you guys are heading out of the castle, getting ready to do things for the day, I'd say that's a good place to end the session.
I want to get him nostrated. That's what I want to happen. Like, Z just wants something to happen, okay? I didn't know that was gonna trigger us so much. Holy.
Triggered.
I almost died.
I mean,
I had to
if
vocalize
those
it.
people.
I swear, never say I almost died in that fight. God,
She was knocked
this is gonna
unconscious.
trigger me.
I
Yeah,
mean,
but she still wasn't gonna die.
if those people that Z doesn't want to see come by, something will.
Z has a sky self-ready. Thank you very much.
We will see.
Anti-magic cone cast gets attacked. Jarvis immediately Michael Myers sits up in bed.
Changelings, shape shifting isn't magic though, right?
I'm not a changeling. I'm a tiefling.
What? What are we talking about?
You broken Oz.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
You're fine. You're fine. For everyone watching back at home, thank you all so much for enjoying this with us. A little bit of a TLC around the castle today. If someone mark that, I need to remember that. That sounds like a great title name for this session. TLC around the castle.
Around the castle.
Yep, TLC around the castle. But yeah, this was interesting. Definitely building up some ideas for stuff that you guys could do in the future. Oh, Oz. Shame. Sorry, I got thrown off by that. That being said, for everyone who's watching this on YouTube, if you want to leave us a like and a comment, it really helps us out, helps us give back to you. If you subscribe, it'll help you keep up with when we post our videos, and if you ring the bell, it'll let you know in your notifications. If you want to watch us when we are streaming, we do stream Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and if you watch us on twitch.tv/whatteamcomp, you'll be able to see when we start streaming. And this is always a lot of fun. We enjoy having anyone who watches this come by, but we're just having a good time as friends, just enjoying D&D. So until next time, we've been What Team Comp. Take care.
Goodbye.